video opens with high-energy highlights of the match, goals, saves, passionate fans. What's up, football fans, and welcome back. Get ready, because we're about to dive deep into a match that had absolutely everything. This wasn't just another game on the calendar. This was a clash of determination and destiny. We're talking about the incredible showdown between Slovakia and Luxembourg in the Intercontinental World FIFA Cup qualifiers. Under the dazzling lights of the Intercontinental Stadium, these two nations went head-to-head, not just for points, but for pride, glory, and a chance to shine on the world's biggest stage. Both teams stepped onto that pitch with an unbelievable amount of confidence. On one side, you had Slovakia, known for their rock-solid structure and disciplined play, looking to continue their impressive winning streak. They're a team that knows how to control a game and execute a plan with precision. But on the other side, Luxembourg. Don't let their size fool you. They came into this match riding a wave of momentum after recently pulling off a major upset that sent shockwaves through the football world. They weren't here to sit back and defend. They were here to attack, to prove their doubters wrong, and to make another massive statement. From the very first moment, the atmosphere was simply electric. The stands were a sea of color, with thousands of fans waving their flags, their voices united in chants that echoed throughout the stadium. You could feel the tension, the excitement, and the sheer passion in the air. It was one of those nights where you just knew something special was about to happen. And then, the referee's whistle blew, and the battle commenced. What unfolded over the next 90 minutes was pure, unadulterated football drama. The game kicked off at a blistering pace, with both sides showing their intent right away. Slovakia, true to form, started to control the midfield, stringing together precise passes and probing the Luxembourg defense. Their experienced players were moving the ball with confidence, trying to find that opening, that one moment of weakness they could exploit. But Luxembourg was fired up. They were pressing high, closing down spaces with incredible energy, and looking to hit back on the counterattack with speed and ferocity. You could see their game plan was to disrupt Slovakia's rhythm and catch them off guard. It was a fascinating tactical battle. Every tackle was hard-fought, every duel was intense. The first real chance came from a beautifully whipped-in cross from Slovakia's winger, but the Luxembourg keeper made a spectacular diving save, letting everyone know he was up for the challenge. Moments later, Luxembourg broke forward, their striker unleashing a powerful shot that whistled just past the post. The crowd roared with every attack, every near miss. The first half was a breathless back and forth, a chess match played at 100 miles an hour, but somehow neither team could find the breakthrough. As they headed into the tunnel at halftime, the score was locked at 0-0, leaving everything to play for in the second half. The second half began with even more intensity, if that was even possible. Both managers must have delivered some incredible team talks because the players came out with renewed fire. The deadlock was finally broken around the 60th minute, and what a goal it was. A moment of individual brilliance from Slovakia's star midfielder, who weaved through three defenders before curling an unstoppable shot into the top corner. The Slovakian fans erupted, but if you thought Luxembourg would crumble, you were mistaken. That goal only seemed to fuel their fire. They pushed forward with relentless determination, throwing everything they had at the Slovakian defense. The final 10 minutes were absolute chaos. Luxembourg won a free kick in a dangerous position, and the resulting delivery caused panic in the box, leading to a dramatic goal line scramble that was somehow cleared away. The tension was unbearable. As the clock ticked down, Slovakia defended with their lives, blocking shots and making last-ditch tackles. When the final whistle finally blew, it was the Slovakian players who fell to the ground in a mix of exhaustion and pure joy. A hard-earned victory, but immense credit has to go to Luxembourg for their heart and their fight. They proved once again that they are a team on the rise and a force to be reckoned with. What a game. What a night. Thank you so much for joining me to relive this incredible match. If you loved this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our next video. We've got so much more amazing football content coming your way. Until next time, take care. Hello, football fans, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a match that was an absolute roller coaster of emotions. We're talking about the clash between Slovakia and Luxembourg. If you thought this was going to be a straightforward game, you were in for a massive surprise. So grab your snacks, get comfortable, and let's break down this incredible contest. From the very first whistle, Slovakia came out with blistering intensity. You could feel their energy through the screen. They weren't just playing, they were on a mission. Their pressing was high, their passes were crisp, and they moved with a swagger that screamed confidence. It was clear they wanted to make a statement early on, and boy did they deliver. Just 8 minutes into the game, the deadlock was broken. Stanislav Lobotka, with vision that can only be described as genius, threaded a perfect pass right through the heart of Luxembourg's defense. It was a surgical ball that found Robert Bojanik in the box. Bojanik, cool as you like, took one touch to set himself and then clinically slotted the ball into the bottom corner. 1-0 to Slovakia. The stadium absolutely erupted. What a start! You might think an early goal would cause a team to sit back, but not this Slovakian side. They were relentless. Their midfield trio of Duda, Lobotka, and Kuka was simply masterful. They were everywhere, winning the ball back, dictating the tempo, and orchestrating every attack. It was like watching a symphony in motion. Luxembourg tried to get a foothold in the game with some quick passing, but Slovakia gave them no breathing room at all. And then, just as Luxembourg was trying to regroup, Slovakia hit them again. In the 21st minute, Juraj Kuka whipped in a beautiful cross. Rising highest to meet it was the colossal Milan Skriniar. He met the ball with immense power, heading it past the helpless goalkeeper. 2-0 to Slovakia. The fans were in dreamland, the chants were deafening, and it really looked like this was going to be a completely one-sided affair. It was pure domination. But here's where the story gets really interesting. Many teams would have crumbled under that kind of pressure, down 2 goals away from home, but Luxembourg are built differently. They have a fighting spirit that you just have to admire. Just when everyone thought the game was over, they started to wake up. They began to find their rhythm, stringing together passes and looking for a way back into the contest. This wasn't the end of the story. It was just the beginning of a thrilling comeback attempt that would turn this match on its head. Stay tuned, because what happened next was pure football drama. If you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth match analysis. We've got plenty more exciting content coming your way, and you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and let's get back to the action. If you thought the game was over at 2-0, you were not alone, but Luxembourg had a massive surprise waiting for everyone. After a really shaky, nervous start, where it looked like they were just going to get rolled over, something clicked. They started to find their rhythm, to connect their passes, and began to properly grow into the game. It was like watching a completely different team emerge from the shadows of that early deficit. Their star man, the ever-dangerous Gerson Rodriguez, started to make these electrifying, darting runs, and all of a sudden that solid Slovak defense started to look nervous, a little bit rattled. They weren't so comfortable anymore. You could feel the tide was starting to turn. Then, in the 31st minute, it happened. The moment Luxembourg fans had been desperately hoping for. They got their breakthrough. It was a beautiful, quick 1-2 between Vincent Thill and Barreiro. A perfect little give-and-go that just sliced open the Slovakian backline. It created a pocket of space, and Thill didn't hesitate. He fired a low, driven shot towards the goal. It took a slight, wicked deflection off a defender, just enough to wrong-foot the keeper, and it nestled right into the back of the net. 2-1. Just like that, Luxembourg were back in it. The traveling fans went absolutely wild. That goal was more than just a number on the scoreboard. It was a shot of pure adrenaline. It gave them life. It gave them belief. Suddenly, they were the ones on the front foot, pressing high up the pitch, attacking with purpose, and you could see it in their eyes. They genuinely believed they could get back into this match. Slovakia, for their part, tried to slow things down, to take the sting out of the game and regain control. But it was too late. Luxembourg's confidence was soaring, and they were playing with a freedom we hadn't seen all game. The momentum had completely shifted. And then, just before the halftime whistle, the unthinkable happened. The comeback was complete. Who else but Gerson Rodriguez? He's always a threat, always lurking. He made this incredibly clever, ghosting run in behind Slovakia's defense, timing it to perfection. A looping, hopeful pass came over the top, and his control was instant, just magnificent. He brought it down with one touch, looked up, saw the goalkeeper rushing out, and with incredible composure he chipped the ball beautifully, delicately over the keeper's head. 2-2. An absolutely stunning finish. The stadium just went silent for a split second, a collective gasp of disbelief, before it just erupted in a cacophony of mixed emotions. Ecstatic cheers from the small pockets of Luxembourg fans, and just utter shock and disbelief from the Slovak supporters. What a comeback! From 2-0 down to 2-2 at the break. The halftime whistle blew right after, and as both teams walked off the pitch, you could see the contrasting moods. Luxembourg, heads held high, buzzing with energy. Slovakia, looking stunned, wondering what on earth just happened. Everyone in that stadium, and everyone watching at home, knew one thing for sure. The second half was going to decide everything. This game was perfectly poised on a knife's edge. It had gone from a potential blowout to an epic contest in the space of just 15 minutes. It's moments like these that make you fall in love with football, isn't it? The sheer unpredictability of it all. What a first half, and the best was yet to come. Thanks so much for watching. If you're loving this kind of football storytelling, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next video. We'll see you in the next one. The second half kicks off, and it's absolute pandemonium. We've got end-to-end action, a proper back-and-forth battle as both teams are desperate to grab the lead. Luxembourg, riding the high from that late equalizer, are coming out swinging, piling on the pressure. But you can see Slovakia's experience starting to shine through. Their tactical discipline, the way they hold their shape, it's beginning to make the difference. Just over 10 minutes into the half, in the 56th minute, the breakthrough happens. Slovakia reclaims the lead in style. It's a lightning-fast attack. The maestro, Lobotka, threads a perfect defense-splitting pass through to Andrzej Duda, waiting just outside the box. Duda takes a touch, looks up, and curls an absolute beauty into the top corner. 3-2 to Slovakia. The stadium erupts. Duda is mobbed by his teammates, a massive celebration for a massive goal. What a finish! That goal completely flips the script. The momentum has swung firmly back in Slovakia's favor. They're back to dominating possession, stroking the ball around with incredible precision and a newfound swagger. You can just feel their confidence growing with every pass. Luxembourg are trying their best to get back into it, but the intensity of the game is starting to take its toll, and they're looking a bit leggy out there. And then, in the 70th minute, Slovakia delivers what might be the killer blow. And folks, this is a goal straight from the training ground. A masterclass in teamwork. It's a beautiful, flowing move that starts right from the back. The ball glides from player to player. 1, 2, 3, 4 different Slovaks involved, before it finds Robert Bojanik in the box. He takes one look at the goal and buries it with a clinical, ice-cold finish. 4-2 to Slovakia. Just incredible liquid football. Now, Luxembourg has a mountain to climb. They're throwing everything they have forward, pushing players into the attack, but the Slovakian defense is a brick wall. Skriniar and Hanko are just immense at the back, heading away every cross, blocking every shot. They are absolutely rock solid, giving Luxembourg absolutely nothing. It's a defensive clinic from the two center-backs, clearing everything that comes their way with authority. As the final minutes tick away, you think it's all over, but Slovakia isn't done yet. They're going for the jugular. In the 85th minute, they put the final nail in the coffin, and it's a moment of individual brilliance. Substitute David Strelic, who has just come onto the pitch, makes an immediate and explosive impact. He pounces on a loose ball, showing great anticipation. He drives at the defense, weaves past a defender with a slick piece of skill, and then unleashes a thunderous strike that nearly rips the net off. 5-2, Slovakia. The fans are going absolutely bonkers. It is the perfect exclamation point on an unforgettable performance. What a game! What a victory for Slovakia! Thank you so much for joining me for this incredible match. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another moment of the action. Until next time, take care. What a night of football! If you missed the Slovakia versus Luxembourg match, you missed an absolute classic. The final whistle blew, and the scoreboard told a story of pure, unadulterated action. Slovakia 5, Luxembourg 2. The stadium was absolutely buzzing, a sea of cheers and applause for a game that had absolutely everything. This wasn't just a win, it was a statement. Both teams left it all on the pitch, but it was Slovakia's blend of quality, cool-headed composure, and big-game experience that ultimately made the difference. 7 goals, end-to-end action, and moments that genuinely took your breath away. This is the beautiful game at its very finest. Of course, we have to talk about the standout performances. The official man of the match, Ondrej Duda, was simply sensational. He was the architect of Slovakia's attack, pulling the strings with a goal and 2 assists. But the fans' hero? That had to be Robert Bojanic, whose brilliant brace sent the crowd into a frenzy. Every time he touched the ball, you could feel the anticipation in the air. After the match, an emotional Ondrej Duda shared his thoughts. He said, "We knew Luxembourg would fight hard. They're an excellent team. But we trusted our system, stayed calm, and took our chances." He perfectly captured the spirit of the evening, adding, "This is what football is all about." He's right. It's about respect, strategy, and leaving everything you have out on the field. On the other side, Luxembourg's coach, while naturally disappointed with the result, was full of praise for his squad's determination. "We fought till the end," he remarked. "Even against a strong side like Slovakia, we showed that we can compete. This team has a bright future, and you can see why he feels that way." Luxembourg never gave up. They played with heart, and they scored 2 fantastic goals that showed their own quality. The reaction online was just as explosive as the match itself. Social media was on fire, with fans from all corners of the globe buzzing about the relentless goal fest and the fearless football on display. The comments were flying in. We saw things like, "What a match," "Pure entertainment," and "Luxembourg fought like lions, but Slovakia were just too strong." My personal favorite was a simple one. "This is why we love football." It perfectly sums up the passion and drama we all witnessed. So, what does this result mean for the bigger picture? This massive victory catapults Slovakia higher up in the tournament standings. They're no longer just participants. They are now looking like serious contenders for the Intercontinental World FIFA Cup 2025-2026 crown. Their performance sent a clear message to every other team in the competition. We are here to win. And for Luxembourg? While the loss stings, their incredible fighting spirit earned them a mountain of respect from fans, pundits, and neutrals alike. They proved they belong on this stage, and that they can go toe-to-toe with the best. Their journey is far from over, and they've won a legion of new admirers. It was a night of unforgettable goals, incredible skill, and pure passion. A true night to remember. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. What was your favorite moment from the match? Let me know down in the comments. And if you love all things football, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. We'll see you in the next one. Video opens with high-energy highlights of the match, goals, saves, passionate fans. What's up, football fans, and welcome back. Get ready, because we're about to dive deep into a match that had absolutely everything. This wasn't just another game on the calendar. This was a clash of determination and destiny. We're talking about the incredible showdown between Slovakia and Luxembourg in the Intercontinental World FIFA Cup qualifiers. Under the dazzling lights of the Intercontinental Stadium, these two nations went head-to-head, not just for points, but for pride, glory, and a chance to shine on the world's biggest stage. Both teams stepped onto that pitch with an unbelievable amount of confidence. On one side, you had Slovakia, known for their rock-solid structure and disciplined play, looking to continue their impressive winning streak. They're a team that knows how to control a game and execute a plan with precision. But on the other side? Luxembourg. Don't let their size fool you. They came into this match riding a wave of momentum after recently pulling off a major upset that sent shockwaves through the football world. They weren't here to sit back and defend. They were here to attack, to prove their doubters wrong, and to make another massive statement. From the very first moment, the atmosphere was simply electric. The stands were a sea of color, with thousands of fans waving their flags, their voices united in chants that echoed throughout the stadium. You could feel the tension, the excitement, and the sheer passion in the air. It was one of those nights where you just knew something special was about to happen. And then the referee's whistle blew and the battle commenced. What unfolded over the next 90 minutes was pure, unadulterated football drama. The game kicked off at a blistering pace with both sides showing their intent right away. Slovakia, true to form, started to control the midfield, stringing together precise passes and probing the Luxembourg defense. Their experienced players were moving the ball with confidence, trying to find that opening, that one moment of weakness they could exploit. But Luxembourg was fired up. They were pressing high, closing down spaces with incredible energy and looking to hit back on the counterattack with speed and ferocity. You could see their game plan was to disrupt Slovakia's rhythm and catch them off guard. It was a fascinating tactical battle. Every tackle was hard-fought, every duel was intense. The first real chance came from a beautifully whipped-in cross from Slovakia's winger, but the Luxembourg keeper made a spectacular diving save, letting everyone know he was up for the challenge. Moments later, Luxembourg broke forward, their striker unleashing a powerful shot that whistled just past the post. The crowd roared with every attack, every near miss. The first half was a breathless back and forth, a chess match played at 100 miles an hour, but somehow neither team could find the breakthrough. As they headed into the tunnel at halftime, the score was locked at 0-0, leaving everything to play for in the second half. The second half began with even more intensity, if that was even possible. Both managers must have delivered some incredible team talks because the players came out with renewed fire. The deadlock was finally broken around the 60th minute, and what a goal it was. A moment of individual brilliance from Slovakia's star midfielder, who weaved through three defenders before curling an unstoppable shot into the top corner. The Slovakian fans erupted, but if you thought Luxembourg would crumble, you were mistaken. That goal only seemed to fuel their fire. They pushed forward with relentless determination, throwing everything they had at the Slovakian defense. The final 10 minutes were absolute chaos. Luxembourg won a free kick in a dangerous position, and the resulting delivery caused panic in the box, leading to a dramatic goal line scramble that was somehow cleared away. The tension was unbearable. As the clock ticked down, Slovakia defended with their lives, blocking shots and making last-ditch tackles. When the final whistle finally blew, it was the Slovakian players who fell to the ground in a mix of exhaustion and pure joy. A hard-earned victory, but immense credit has to go to Luxembourg for their heart and their fight. They proved once again that they are a team on the rise and a force to be reckoned with. What a game. What a night. Thank you so much for joining me to relive this incredible match. If you loved this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our next video. We've got so much more amazing football content coming your way. Until next time, take care. Hello, football fans, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a match that was an absolute roller coaster of emotions. We're talking about the clash between Slovakia and Luxembourg. If you thought this was going to be a straightforward game, you were in for a massive surprise. So grab your snacks, get comfortable, and let's break down this incredible contest. From the very first whistle, Slovakia came out with blistering intensity. You could feel their energy through the screen. They weren't just playing, they were on a mission. Their pressing was high, their passes were crisp, and they moved with a swagger that screamed confidence. It was clear they wanted to make a statement early on, and boy did they deliver. Just 8 minutes into the game, the deadlock was broken. Stanislav Lobotka, with vision that can only be described as genius, threaded a perfect pass right through the heart of Luxembourg's defense. It was a surgical ball that found Robert Bojanik in the box. Bojanik, cool as you like, took one touch to set himself and then clinically slotted the ball into the bottom corner. 1-0 to Slovakia. The stadium absolutely erupted. What a start! You might think an early goal would cause a team to sit back, but not this Slovakian side. They were relentless. Their midfield trio of Duda, Lobotka, and Kuka was simply masterful. They were everywhere, winning the ball back, dictating the tempo, and orchestrating every attack. It was like watching a symphony in motion. Luxembourg tried to get a foothold in the game with some quick passing, but Slovakia gave them no breathing room at all. And then, just as Luxembourg was trying to regroup, Slovakia hit them again. In the 21st minute, Juraj Kuka whipped in a beautiful cross. Rising highest to meet it was the colossal Milan Skriniar. He met the ball with immense power, heading it past the helpless goalkeeper. 2-0 to Slovakia. The fans were in dreamland, the chants were deafening, and it really looked like this was going to be a completely one-sided affair. It was pure domination. But here's where the story gets really interesting. Many teams would have crumbled under that kind of pressure, down 2 goals away from home, but Luxembourg are built differently. They have a fighting spirit that you just have to admire. Just when everyone thought the game was over, they started to wake up. They began to find their rhythm, stringing together passes and looking for a way back into the contest. This wasn't the end of the story. It was just the beginning of a thrilling comeback attempt that would turn this match on its head. Stay tuned, because what happened next was pure football drama. If you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth match analysis. We've got plenty more exciting content coming your way, and you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and let's get back to the action. If you thought the game was over at 2-0, you were not alone, but Luxembourg had a massive surprise waiting for everyone. After a really shaky, nervous start, where it looked like they were just going to get rolled over, something clicked. They started to find their rhythm, to connect their passes, and began to properly grow into the game. It was like watching a completely different team emerge from the shadows of that early deficit. Their star man, the ever-dangerous Gerson Rodriguez, started to make these electrifying, darting runs, and all of a sudden that solid Slovak defense started to look nervous, a little bit rattled. They weren't so comfortable anymore. You could feel the tide was starting to turn. Then, in the 31st minute, it happened. The moment Luxembourg fans had been desperately hoping for. They got their breakthrough. It was a beautiful, quick 1-2 between Vincent Thill and Barreiro. A perfect little give-and-go that just sliced open the Slovakian backline. It created a pocket of space, and Thill didn't hesitate. He fired a low, driven shot towards the goal. It took a slight, wicked deflection off a defender, just enough to wrong-foot the keeper, and it nestled right into the back of the net. 2-1. Just like that, Luxembourg were back in it. The traveling fans went absolutely wild. That goal was more than just a number on the scoreboard. It was a shot of pure adrenaline. It gave them life. It gave them belief. Suddenly, they were the ones on the front foot, pressing high up the pitch, attacking with purpose, and you could see it in their eyes. They genuinely believed they could get back into this match. Slovakia, for their part, tried to slow things down, to take the sting out of the game and regain control. But it was too late. Luxembourg's confidence was soaring, and they were playing with a freedom we hadn't seen all game. The momentum had completely shifted. And then, just before the halftime whistle, the unthinkable happened. The comeback was complete. Who else but Gerson Rodriguez? He's always a threat, always lurking. He made this incredibly clever, ghosting run in behind Slovakia's defense, timing it to perfection. A looping, hopeful pass came over the top, and his control was instant, just magnificent. He brought it down with one touch, looked up, saw the goalkeeper rushing out, and with incredible composure he chipped the ball beautifully, delicately over the keeper's head. 2-2. An absolutely stunning finish. The stadium just went silent for a split second, a collective gasp of disbelief, before it just erupted in a cacophony of mixed emotions. Ecstatic cheers from the small pockets of Luxembourg fans, and just utter shock and disbelief from the Slovak supporters. What a comeback! From 2-0 down to 2-2 at the break. The halftime whistle blew right after, and as both teams walked off the pitch, you could see the contrasting moods. Luxembourg, heads held high, buzzing with energy. Slovakia, looking stunned, wondering what on earth just happened. Everyone in that stadium, and everyone watching at home, knew one thing for sure. The second half was going to decide everything. This game was perfectly poised on a knife's edge. It had gone from a potential blowout to an epic contest in the space of just 15 minutes. It's moments like these that make you fall in love with football, isn't it? The sheer unpredictability of it all. What a first half, and the best was yet to come. Thanks so much for watching. If you're loving this kind of football storytelling, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next video. We'll see you in the next one. The second half kicks off, and it's absolute pandemonium. We've got end-to-end action, a proper back-and-forth battle as both teams are desperate to grab the lead. Luxembourg, riding the high from that late equalizer, are coming out swinging, piling on the pressure. But you can see Slovakia's experience starting to shine through. Their tactical discipline, the way they hold their shape, it's beginning to make the difference. Just over 10 minutes into the half, in the 56th minute, the breakthrough happens. Slovakia reclaims the lead in style. It's a lightning-fast attack. The maestro, Lobotka, threads a perfect defense-splitting pass through to Andrzej Duda, waiting just outside the box. Duda takes a touch, looks up, and curls an absolute beauty into the top corner. 3-2 to Slovakia. The stadium erupts. Duda is mobbed by his teammates, a massive celebration for a massive goal. What a finish! That goal completely flips the script. The momentum has swung firmly back in Slovakia's favor. They're back to dominating possession, stroking the ball around with incredible precision and a newfound swagger. You can just feel their confidence growing with every pass. Luxembourg are trying their best to get back into it, but the intensity of the game is starting to take its toll, and they're looking a bit leggy out there. And then, in the 70th minute, Slovakia delivers what might be the killer blow. And folks, this is a goal straight from the training ground. A masterclass in teamwork. It's a beautiful, flowing move that starts right from the back. The ball glides from player to player. 1, 2, 3, 4 different Slovaks involved, before it finds Robert Bojanik in the box. He takes one look at the goal and buries it with a clinical, ice-cold finish. 4-2 to Slovakia. Just incredible liquid football. Now, Luxembourg has a mountain to climb. They're throwing everything they have forward, pushing players into the attack, but the Slovakian defense is a brick wall. Skriniar and Hanko are just immense at the back, heading away every cross, blocking every shot. They are absolutely rock solid, giving Luxembourg absolutely nothing. It's a defensive clinic from the two center-backs, clearing everything that comes their way with authority. As the final minutes tick away, you think it's all over, but Slovakia isn't done yet. They're going for the jugular. In the 85th minute, they put the final nail in the coffin, and it's a moment of individual brilliance. Substitute David Strelic, who has just come onto the pitch, makes an immediate and explosive impact. He pounces on a loose ball, showing great anticipation. He drives at the defense, weaves past a defender with a slick piece of skill, and then unleashes a thunderous strike that nearly rips the net off. 5-2, Slovakia. The fans are going absolutely bonkers. It is the perfect exclamation point on an unforgettable performance. What a game! What a victory for Slovakia! Thank you so much for joining me for this incredible match. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another moment of the action. Until next time, take care. What a night of football! If you missed the Slovakia versus Luxembourg match, you missed an absolute classic. The final whistle blew, and the scoreboard told a story of pure, unadulterated action. Slovakia 5, Luxembourg 2. The stadium was absolutely buzzing, a sea of cheers and applause for a game that had absolutely everything. This wasn't just a win, it was a statement. Both teams left it all on the pitch, but it was Slovakia's blend of quality, cool-headed composure, and big-game experience that ultimately made the difference. 7 goals, end-to-end action, and moments that genuinely took your breath away. This is the beautiful game at its very finest. Of course, we have to talk about the standout performances. The official man of the match, Ondrej Duda, was simply sensational. He was the architect of Slovakia's attack, pulling the strings with a goal and 2 assists. But the fans' hero? That had to be Robert Bojanic, whose brilliant brace sent the crowd into a frenzy. Every time he touched the ball, you could feel the anticipation in the air. After the match, an emotional Ondrej Duda shared his thoughts. He said, "We knew Luxembourg would fight hard. They're an excellent team. But we trusted our system, stayed calm, and took our chances." He perfectly captured the spirit of the evening, adding, "This is what football is all about." He's right. It's about respect, strategy, and leaving everything you have out on the field. On the other side, Luxembourg's coach, while naturally disappointed with the result, was full of praise for his squad's determination. "We fought till the end," he remarked. "Even against a strong side like Slovakia, we showed that we can compete. This team has a bright future, and you can see why he feels that way." Luxembourg never gave up. They played with heart, and they scored 2 fantastic goals that showed their own quality. The reaction online was just as explosive as the match itself. Social media was on fire, with fans from all corners of the globe buzzing about the relentless goal fest and the fearless football on display. The comments were flying in. We saw things like, "What a match," "Pure entertainment," and "Luxembourg fought like lions, but Slovakia were just too strong." My personal favorite was a simple one. "This is why we love football." It perfectly sums up the passion and drama we all witnessed. So, what does this result mean for the bigger picture? This massive victory catapults Slovakia higher up in the tournament standings. They're no longer just participants. They are now looking like serious contenders for the Intercontinental World FIFA Cup 2025 T26 crown. Their performance sent a clear message to every other team in the competition. We are here to win. And for Luxembourg? While the loss stings, their incredible fighting spirit earned them a mountain of respect from fans, pundits, and neutrals alike. They proved they belong on this stage, and that they can go toe-to-toe with the best. Their journey is far from over, and they've won a legion of new admirers. It was a night of unforgettable goals, incredible skill, and pure passion. A true night to remember. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. What was your favorite moment from the match? Let me know down in the comments. And if you love all things football, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. We'll see you in the next one. What a match! Welcome, football fans, to a night of absolute chaos and glory right here on YouTube. Today, we're reliving the full match highlights from the International Highlights League 2025 T26, where Ecuador took on New Zealand in a game that will be talked about for years to come. Buckle up, because this was an 8-goal thriller. From the very first minute, the Estadio Rodrigo Paz Delgado was electric. You could feel the tension as the teams walked out. Ecuador, a sea of yellow, versus New Zealand, proud in their classic white. This wasn't just a game. It was a battle of wills, skill, and pure passion. The whistle blew, and Ecuador exploded out of the blocks driven by the roar of their home crowd. It took just 5 minutes for the legend, Enner Valencia, to light the fuse. A slick pass from the midfield maestro, Moises Caicedo, cut through the New Zealand defense like a knife, and Valencia did what he does best. Bam! He smashed it into the back of the net. 1-0 Ecuador. The stadium erupted. What a start. But New Zealand wasn't just here to make up the numbers. They absorbed the early pressure and hit back with a stunning counterattack in the 15th minute. Chris Wood, their towering striker, met a perfect cross with a powerful header that flew past the keeper. 1-1. Silence fell over the home fans. Game on. The Kiwis showed they had plenty of fight in them. The first half was a breathless, end-to-end spectacle. Just when it looked like we'd go into halftime level, Ecuador's young superstar, Kendry Páez, produced a moment of magic in the 42nd minute. He picked up the ball, danced past 2 defenders, and curled an unstoppable shot into the top corner. An absolute worldie. 2-1 to Ecuador at the break. The kid is something special, isn't he? The second half started just as frantically as the first. New Zealand, determined to get back in it, pushed forward. Their persistence paid off in the 55th minute, when a defensive scramble in the box led to a penalty. Calm as you like, Liberato Cacace stepped up and coolly slotted it home. 2-2. We were all square again, and you could cut the tension with a knife. This game was a roller coaster, and the next twist was just around the corner. Ecuador, stung by the equalizer, went on the offensive. In the 65th minute, a corner whipped in found Felix Torres, who leaped highest and powered a header into the goal. 3-2. Ecuador. The lead was restored and the home fans were going wild once more. But wait, there's more. Just 10 minutes later, the relentless Chris Wood struck again for New Zealand. He capitalized on a rare defensive mistake, rounded the keeper, and tapped it in for his second of the night. 3-3. Unbelievable scenes. With 15 minutes to go, this match was anyone's for the taking. This is where heroes are made. In the 83rd minute, with the game hanging in the balance, who else but Enner Valencia would step up? He latched onto a through ball, showed his strength to hold off a defender, and fired a clinical finish into the bottom corner. 4-3. Ecuador. Pure ecstasy for the home side. Valencia, the captain, the leader, delivering when it mattered most. With New Zealand throwing everyone forward in the dying moments, Ecuador hit them on the break. In the 92nd minute, Gonzalo Plata sealed the victory. He raced clear, kept his composure, and slotted it past the despairing keeper to make it 5-3. The final whistle blew on an epic contest. What a night of football! 8 goals, endless drama, and a spectacular win for Ecuador. This is why we love this game. A huge thank you for tuning in to watch these incredible highlights with us. If you enjoyed the action, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another classic match. Until next time, take care. Welcome back, folks, for what is shaping up to be an absolute classic. The second half is underway, and you can feel the shift in energy. Ecuador has come out of the locker room with a fire in their bellies, clearly on a mission to seize this game. Coach Felix Sanchez has made a brilliant tactical adjustment, pushing Sarmiento out wider and unleashing Moises Caicedo to storm through the heart of the midfield. And what an immediate impact! The change has completely rewired Ecuador's attack. Just 6 minutes into the half, in the 51st minute, the magic happens. Ecuador retakes the lead with a moment of sheer genius. Enner Valencia, cool as you like, gets the ball near the box. He feigns a shot, freezing the New Zealand defense, and then slides a perfect pass to the onrushing Caicedo. With no hesitation, Caicedo smashes it low and hard into the back of the net. It's 3-2 to Ecuador. The stadium is absolutely electric. The sound is deafening. Drums are beating, chants are echoing, and flares are lighting up the passionate homestands. You can see it on the pitch. Ecuador is playing with swagger, with a rhythm and flair that's mesmerizing to watch. But hold on, they're not done yet. The South Americans are putting on a show. Fast forward to the 59th minute, and it's another goal. Jeremy Sarmiento is just dazzling on that left wing. He skips past one defender, then another, showing incredible footwork. He looks up and delivers an absolutely perfect cross into the box. And who's there to meet it? Gonzalo Plata, with a spectacular volley. He connects with it beautifully and it flies into the goal. 4-2 to Ecuador. The stadium erupts once more. Fans are on their feet, dancing in the aisles. The players are in a jubilant huddle, celebrating wildly. At this moment, Ecuador looks simply unstoppable. The New Zealand defense is stretched thin, and their midfield is being completely overrun by this yellow wave. Just when you thought it was all over for the Kiwis, they show their fighting spirit. In the 68th minute, New Zealand claws one back against the run of play. It's a beautifully executed counterattack catching Ecuador off guard. A clever through ball from Matthew Garbett finds Chris Wood in space, and the prolific striker makes no mistake, coolly finishing for his second goal of the night. It's 4-3. Suddenly, the tension is right back in the air. You can cut it with a knife. This game has transformed into a high-octane, end-to-end battle, where a single mistake could decide everything. Both teams are now throwing caution to the wind, attacking with fearless abandon, desperately searching for that next crucial goal. What an unbelievable contest this is turning out to be. The final 20 minutes are pure, unfiltered chaos in the best way possible. Every attack from either side feels like it could be the one. Ecuador is pushing for a fifth to kill the game, with Plata and Valencia combining dangerously. But New Zealand is throwing everything they have forward. Sensing an equalizer is within reach. The game is wide open, a true testament to the spirit of both nations. Tackles are flying in, the keepers are being tested, and the crowd is living every single moment. This isn't just football. It's a drama of the highest order unfolding right before our eyes. You simply cannot take your eyes off this match for a single second. This is why we love the beautiful game. If you're enjoying this thrilling commentary, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more incredible football action. We appreciate all your support. What a game! What an atmosphere! We're heading into the final 10 minutes and you can feel the tension crackling in the air. Ecuador is leading, but New Zealand isn't giving up. They're throwing everything they have forward, searching for that crucial equalizer. The Kiwi fans are on their feet, roaring their team on. Every attack, every cross into the box has the Ecuadorian supporters holding their breath. The pressure is immense. Can Ecuador hold on? Their defense has been tested all night, and now, in these dying moments, their resolve is being pushed to the absolute limit. But just when you think the tension can't get any higher, something incredible happens. We're in the 82nd minute, and Ecuador launches a counterattack. The substitute, Kevin Rodriguez, has just stepped onto the pitch, fresh legs and full of energy. What an introduction he's about to make. The ball finds its way to the midfield maestro, Moises Caicedo. He looks up, spots the run, and threads a pass that is simply world-class, splitting the New Zealand defense wide open. It's a moment of pure genius, a pass that deserves to be framed. The ball lands perfectly at the feet of Rodriguez. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper who is rushing out to close him down. The stadium is silent for a split second. This is the moment. Does he have the composure? Does he have the nerve? You bet he does. With the calmest of touches, Rodriguez dinks the ball, chipping it gracefully over the keeper's head. It floats, almost in slow motion, towards the empty net. Time stands still, and then it hits the back of the net. Goal! It's 5-3 to Ecuador. The stadium absolutely explodes. The scenes are just unbelievable. Pure, unadulterated joy erupts from the stands. Ecuadorian flags are waving everywhere, a sea of yellow, blue, and red. The noise is deafening as chants of "Ecuador! Ecuador!" echo around the stadium, shaking it to its very foundations. On the pitch, Rodriguez sprints to the corner flag, a massive grin on his face, and his teammates mob him in a huge celebratory pile-up. In the stands, fireworks are going off, lighting up the night sky in a shower of sparks. This is more than just a goal. This is the moment that seals the victory. What a way to finish it! With the 2-goal cushion, the final minutes are a masterclass from Ecuador. They're not just defending. They're playing with style, with flair, with the confidence of a team that knows they've won. They keep the ball, passing it around with a beautiful rhythm, frustrating the New Zealand players who can't get a touch. Every completed pass draws a huge "Olé" from the crowd. Every touch, every little piece of skill is celebrated like another goal. And then it comes. The referee puts the whistle to his lips and blows for full time. The eruption of noise is even bigger than before. The players on the pitch raise their arms to the sky, exhausted but victorious. They walk over to their fans who are singing their hearts out and applaud them for their incredible support. What a performance! What a night! What a victory for Ecuador! Thank you for joining us for this incredible match. If you loved the action, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more amazing football content. Until next time, goodbye. What a night! What a game! If you weren't on the edge of your seat, you weren't watching. Ecuador versus New Zealand, an absolute goal fest that ended 5-3 in favor of our beloved La Tri. This wasn't just a match. It was a 90-minute roller coaster of pure, unadulterated football entertainment. 8 goals in total. Can you believe it? This is what we live for. This is the beautiful game at its most chaotic and brilliant. Ecuador's attacking power was on full display, a masterclass in how to light up a stadium and leave the opposition dizzy. Let's talk about the man who stole the show. There's no debate, no argument. The man of the match was the one and only Gonzalo Plata. Think of him as our very own South American hurricane, a force of nature on that pitch. 2 sensational goals, but it was so much more than that. His energy was limitless, his creativity was off the charts. He was constantly running at the defense, twisting and turning, keeping them guessing every single second. New Zealand's backline will be having nightmares about him for weeks. He wasn't just playing football, he was making art, but you can't have a masterpiece with just one artist. Standing right alongside Plata was our captain, our leader, the evergreen Ener Valencia. What a performance from the veteran! He bagged a crucial goal, set up another with a perfect assist, and led the line with the heart of a lion. His passion was infectious. You could see it in every sprint, every challenge, every single touch of the ball. He was the engine room, the spiritual leader who set the tone from the very first whistle. Valencia embodies the spirit of Ecuadorian football. And his words after the match? They gave me chills. He said, "We played with heart. New Zealand made it tough, but we stayed strong. Every goal, every run was for the people who believe in Ecuador. That right there is everything. It's for you. It's for me. It's for every single fan who wears these colors with pride. That's why we love this team so much. They leave it all on the field for us. They understand what it means to represent our nation." Coach Felix Sanchez was beaming with pride, and who could blame him? His post-match comments were spot on. He said, "This was more than a win. It was a message. Ecuador plays with fire, discipline, and unity. The players gave everything tonight." A message indeed. The message is clear. Ecuador is a force to be reckoned with. We have the fire to compete, the discipline to execute a game plan, and the unity to overcome any obstacle. The players truly did give their all, and we saw the results in glorious fashion. Even the opposition coach had to tip his hat to La Tri. Though you could see the disappointment on his face, he acknowledged the brilliance he had just witnessed, saying, "They were brilliant offensively. We fought hard, but they deserved the win." That's respect. When your opponent admits you were just too good on the day, you know you've done something special. New Zealand fought valiantly. They played their part in this incredible spectacle, but Ecuador's flair was simply on another level. Imagine the scene at the final whistle. The stadium lights shining down, not on an emptying arena, but on a sea of yellow, blue, and red. Thousands of fans, dancing, singing, celebrating long after the players had left the pitch. The air was filled with joy, with chants, with the pure, unbridled emotion that only football can bring. It was a carnival, a festival of football. This was one of those nights you'll tell your kids about, a match that captured everything we love about this sport: the passion, the chaos, the drama, and the sheer, unadulterated joy. So, let's reflect on what this 5-3 victory really means. It proves that Ecuador isn't just here to participate. We're not just contenders trying to scrape by. We are entertainers. We are a team that plays with a swagger, a confidence, and an attacking prowess that can mesmerize anyone watching. This victory is a statement of intent. The world is watching, and Ecuador is putting on a show. The future is bright, the talent is undeniable, and the passion is stronger than ever. Vamos, Ecuador! Thank you all so much for tuning in and reliving this incredible match with me. If you're as passionate about Ecuadorian football as I am, make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment below with your favorite moment from the game, and, most importantly, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of the action. Until next time, keep the faith and keep cheering. What an absolutely insane night of football. Welcome back, everyone, to the International Highlights League 2025-2026, where tonight Ecuador and New Zealand gave us a match for the ages. If you love goals, drama, and pure, unfiltered passion, you came to the right place. Estadio Rodrigo Paz Delgado was the scene of an 8-goal thriller, a true footballing spectacle that saw Ecuador clinch a wild 5-3 victory. From the moment the players stepped onto that pitch, you could just feel it in the air. The bright yellow of Ecuador cutting through the night, the proud white of New Zealand standing tall. This was more than just a game. This was about pride, passion, and putting on a show for the thousands of roaring fans. The whistle blew, and boom, Ecuador exploded out of the gates. The drums were beating, the flags were waving, and the energy was electric. It took just 5 minutes for the legendary Ener Valencia to light the fuse. A slick, defense-splitting pass from the midfield maestro, Moises Caicedo, found Valencia in stride, and he made no mistake, blasting it past the keeper, 1-0 Ecuador. The stadium just went ballistic. Vamos, Ecuador, was the chant, and you could hear it for miles. A fiery start, but trust me, the roller coaster was just getting started. New Zealand, however, wasn't just there to make up the numbers. They weathered that initial storm and hit back with a stunning equalizer in the 17th minute. A brilliant counterattack caught the Ecuadorian defense off guard, and Chris Wood, their star striker, showed his class. He received a perfect cross from the right wing and headed it powerfully into the back of the net. 1-1. The traveling Kiwi fans erupted, and just like that, it was game on. The match turned into a fantastic end-to-end battle, with both teams trading punches like heavyweight boxers. Just when it seemed we'd go into halftime level, Pervis Estupiñán decided to steal the show. In the 42nd minute, he unleashed an absolute thunderbolt from 30 yards out. The ball flew like a rocket into the top corner, 2-1 Ecuador. A goal of the season contender, no doubt about it, and the perfect way to cap off a breathtaking first half. The second half kicked off, and if you thought the first was chaotic, you hadn't seen anything yet. Ecuador came out with the same intensity, and in the 55th minute, the teenage sensation, Kendry Paz, showed us why the world is so excited about him. He danced past 2 defenders with incredible footwork, cut inside, and curled a beautiful shot into the far corner. What a talent! 3-1 Ecuador, and it looked like they were running away with it. But hold on, New Zealand refused to quit. Just 10 minutes later, a scramble in the box following a corner saw defender Michael Boxall poke the ball home. 3-2. The comeback was on. The tension was unbelievable. Every attack, every tackle felt like a potential turning point. With the clock ticking down, the game became stretched. Ecuador pushed for a fourth to seal it, and they got their reward in the 81st minute. A lightning-fast break saw Valencia turn provider, laying off a perfect pass for Gonzalo Plata, who coolly slotted it home. 4-2. Surely that was it. The home fans were celebrating, thinking the job was done. But this match had one more twist. In the 89th minute, New Zealand won a penalty after a clumsy challenge in the box. Chris Wood stepped up, cool as you like, and sent the keeper the wrong way, 4-3. Could they? Could they actually pull off an incredible comeback in stoppage time? The stadium held its breath. But Ecuador, spurred on by their passionate supporters, found one last burst of energy. In the final seconds of injury time, with New Zealand pushing everyone forward, Ecuador broke away again. It was a 3-on-1 situation, and Enner Valencia, the man who started it all, finished it all. He rounded the keeper and tapped it into an empty net for his second of the night. 5-3. The final whistle blew on an absolutely unforgettable match. Pure chaos, pure glory. What a game of football. Ecuador takes the win, but credit to both teams for giving us a night we will never forget. Thank you so much for joining us for this incredible highlight reel. If you loved the action as much as I did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss another thriller. Let me know your thoughts on the match in the comments below. Until next time, take care. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most electrifying underdog stories in recent football history. The day Finland decided they wouldn't just play against Germany, they would fight. Let's set the scene. A packed stadium in Munich, the mighty German machine expected an easy victory. But Finland had a different script in mind. They knew they couldn't outpass the German midfield maestros, so they decided to out-hustle, out-muscle, and out-fight them for every single ball. From the first whistle, you could feel the Finnish intensity. Every tackle was a statement, every 50-50 challenge was won with sheer grit. They were playing with the heart of a lion, and it was a sight to behold. The German side, full of superstars, seemed a bit taken aback. They controlled possession, as expected, but every time they looked up, a wall of determined Finnish players stood in their way. The atmosphere was tense. You could sense that something special was brewing, that this wasn't going to be a routine match. Finland wasn't just defending, they were waiting, coiled like a spring, ready to strike. And then, in the 17th minute, their moment arrived. It was pure poetry in motion. Midfield General Glenn Kamara, with his incredible vision, spotted a run. He launched a beautiful, arcing long ball over the top of the German defense. It floated down as if destined for one man and one man only. The legendary Finnish striker, Teemu Pukki. The entire stadium held its breath. Pukki's first touch was sublime, killing the ball dead instantly. His second touch was even better. Without a moment's hesitation, he unleashed a thunderous strike, blasting the ball past the outstretched arms of the world-class Manuel Neuer and into the far corner of the net. Goal. It was 1-1. For a split second, a stunned silence fell over the massive stadium in Munich. And then something amazing happened. Even the German fans, in a true show of sportsmanship, began to applaud. They recognized the sheer brilliance of that world-class finish. It wasn't just a goal, it was a declaration. Finland had just roared back, telling the world and everyone watching that they were not there just to make up the numbers. They were there to compete, to challenge, and to win. The equalizer sent shockwaves through the German team. They tried to reassert their dominance, to pass their way back into control, but Finland was relentless. They pressed high up the pitch, snapping at the heels of the German players, forcing mistakes. Their strategy was clear: win the ball back quickly and break with lightning speed. The Finnish players were running on pure adrenaline and belief. And just when you thought the drama couldn't get any higher, it did. In the 32nd minute, Finland shocked the world again. A German attack broke down, and Finland launched another rapid-fire counter. The ball was cleared, bouncing tantalizingly on the edge of the penalty area. It fell to Robin Lod. he didn't hesitate. From well outside the box, he smashed the ball with ferocious power. It swerved, it dipped, and it curled beautifully, flying like a guided missile into the absolute top corner of the goal. An unstoppable wonder strike. Finland were leading 2-1 in Munich. The entire Finnish bench erupted. Players, coaches, and staff flooded the pitch, running towards the corner flag in a scene of pure, unadulterated joy. They were celebrating wildly, a small nation daring to dream on the biggest stage. The underdogs were in the lead. On the sideline, the German coach, Julian Nagelsmann, looked visibly tense, urging his star-studded team to remain calm and not to panic. The home fans were stunned into a near-silent disbelief. But anyone who knows football knows one thing for sure. The game was far from over, because a wounded German team is the most dangerous team of all. The comeback was on, and this incredible match was about to get even more intense. What an incredible half of football. Finland's bravery was just inspiring. What do you guys think was the best moment? Puki's finish or Laud's screamer? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more epic football stories. We'll see you in the next one. What a game! What a night! As the final whistle blew, the stadium erupted. German players embraced, a mixture of relief and elation on their faces. But look at this. As they go to shake hands, there's nothing but respect for their Finnish opponents. Finland may not have won on the scoreboard, but they absolutely won the hearts of everyone watching tonight. The applause from all corners of the stadium says it all. This wasn't just a game, it was a battle of wills, and both sides left everything out on that pitch. Let's take you inside that victorious German dressing room. You can just imagine the scene. The sound of celebration, the smiles, the camaraderie. Coach Julian Nagelsmann, a master tactician, had this to say. "We were tested today, and that's what great teams need. Finland played with incredible passion, but our boys showed real character to turn it around." He's spot on. It's one thing to win when you're cruising, but it's another to dig deep when you're under pressure. That's the sign of a true championship contender. And tonight, Germany proved they have that grit. And who was at the heart of it all? The man, the magician, Jamal Musiala. Awarded man of the match, and was there ever any doubt? 1 goal, 1 assist, and a full 90 minutes of pure, unadulterated brilliance. Every time he got the ball, you felt something was about to happen. His dribbling, his vision, his confidence, it's just breathtaking. He's not just a young star anymore, he's a global superstar, and he proved it once again tonight. The way he dances past defenders, it's like the ball is glued to his feet. An absolute joy to watch. But he didn't do it alone. Let's talk about Kai Havertz. 2 massive goals when his team needed them most. He's a player who always steps up in the big moments. After the match, he was calm, cool, and collected as always. He told reporters, "We knew Finland would fight hard. We expected it. But we trust our football, our system, and our unity." That made the difference tonight. That word, unity, is key. You could see it in their play. The selfless runs, the quick passes, the communication. This German squad isn't just a collection of talented individuals. They are a single, cohesive unit. Now, let's give a massive round of applause to Finland. They came into this as underdogs, but they played like lions. Their captain, the legendary Teemu Pukki, was filled with pride, and rightfully so. He said, "We may have lost, but we made them sweat. That's what we came for, to show that Finland belongs on this stage." And they did more than just show they belong. They made a statement. They pushed one of the world's football giants to their absolute limit, scoring 2 fantastic goals and defending with every ounce of their being. They leave this tournament with their heads held high. As the fans poured out of the stadium, the energy was still electric. Chants echoed through the night. People were smiling, reliving every single moment. That stunning opening goal, the dramatic comeback, the roar of the crowd. This was a match that had everything. It was a roller coaster of emotions, a spectacle of drama, heart, and world-class football. This is why we love this sport. It's for nights like these. So, what does this 4-2 victory truly mean for Germany? It's more than just 3 points. It's a declaration. It's a message sent to every other team with their eyes on the prize. The German machine is back, and it's not just back. It's been rebuilt, retooled, and upgraded. It's stronger, it's faster, and as their rivals will soon discover, it's more dangerous than ever. The journey is far from over, but what a statement they've made tonight. Thank you all for joining me to break down this incredible match. It was a privilege to watch and an even bigger privilege to share it with you. If you enjoyed this analysis, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of the action. Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts on the game. Who was your man of the match? Until next time, take care. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most electrifying comebacks you'll see all season. Picture this. The second half kicks off, and it's like a completely different German team has stepped onto the pitch. They look reborn, revitalized, and absolutely relentless. The passing is suddenly laser-sharp, the pressing is suffocating, and their intent is crystal clear. They are here to win. It was like watching a finely tuned German engine roar back to life after a stuttering start. The entire stadium could feel the shift in momentum. Something special was about to happen. Just 5 minutes into the half, in the 50th minute, the moment arrived. The equalizer came, and it was a thing of beauty. Joshua Kimmich, with that trademark precision, whips in a perfect curling cross from the right flank. It hangs in the air for just a second. A golden invitation. And who's there to accept it? None other than Leroy Sané. He soars between two defenders, a picture of power and determination, and connects with a thunderous header. The ball rockets into the back of the net. It's 2-2. The stadium just erupts, an explosion of sound and pure joy. Germany is back in the game. Sané, fueled by adrenaline, pumps his fists towards the ecstatic fans, screaming with passion as his teammates swarm him in celebration. The fire wasn't just lit, it was a blazing inferno. From that moment on, it was all Germany. The game became a showcase of their incredible talent. Jamal Musiala was simply magical, wasn't he? He was dancing through the Finnish defense like they weren't even there. His feet a blur, the ball glued to his boots. It was mesmerizing to watch. In the midfield, Florian Wirtz was the puppet master, pulling all the strings, dictating the tempo with an intelligence far beyond his years. And up front, Kai Havertz was a constant threat. Prowling the box, hungry for another goal, you could see the determination etched on his face. The Finnish players were being run ragged, chasing shadows as Germany moved the ball with breathtaking speed and accuracy. And then, in the 65th minute, the comeback was complete. The build-up was pure poetry in motion. Wirtz played a quick, clever 1-2 with Musiala, a little give-and-go that sliced the defense wide open. Musiala, with his incredible vision, slipped a perfectly weighted pass right into the path of Havertz. The Chelsea star didn't hesitate. One touch to set himself, and then bang! He fires a low, powerful shot into the bottom corner of the net. 3-2. Germany. The crowd goes absolutely wild. It was pure pandemonium, a tidal wave of celebration. The chants grew louder, the drums beat a heart-pounding rhythm. Munich was alive, truly alive again. In the space of just 15 minutes, Germany had completely turned the game on its head. It was a statement. Finland, to their credit, tried desperately to stay in the fight. They dug deep, throwing bodies on the line, trying to weather the storm. But Germany's tempo was just on another level. It was relentless. Wave after wave of attack crashed against the Finnish defense. The pressure was immense, suffocating, and you could see the exhaustion and frustration setting in. It felt inevitable that the dam would break again. The German machine was in full flow, and it was clear that the knockout punch was coming. They weren't just content with the lead. They wanted to finish the job in style, and the final chapter of this incredible comeback was about to be written. What a performance, what a turnaround. This is the kind of football that makes us love the beautiful game. Thanks so much for watching and sharing this moment with me. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another video. We'll see you in the next one. Welcome back, football fans, to what has been an absolutely electric match. We're deep into the second half, and the tension here is thick enough to cut with a knife. It's Germany versus Finland, and after a nail-biting first half, the score is locked in a precarious balance. Both teams have shown incredible fight, trading blows, and leaving everything on the field. But as we enter these final, crucial 15 minutes, you can feel a shift in the air. Germany is on the front foot, pressing relentlessly, sensing that this is their moment. They smell blood in the water. Finland, to their credit, are defending for their lives. They've dropped deeper and deeper, forming a compact wall around their penalty area. Every player is back, throwing their bodies on the line, blocking shots and making desperate clearances. Their energy levels are visibly dropping, but their hearts are still beating strong. They've fought so bravely to get to this point, but the constant German pressure is starting to take its toll. The home crowd is roaring, urging their team on for one final push. Can the Finnish defense hold on, or will the German machine finally break through? The next few minutes could decide everything. And then it happens. The 77th minute. A moment that will be replayed for years to come. A moment of pure, unadulterated genius. The ball finds its way to the feet of one Jamal Musiala, the young magician from Munich, just near the halfway line. He takes one look up, and you can see the intent in his eyes. He starts to glide forward, the ball seemingly glued to his boots. He weaves past one defender with a deceptive body feint, making it look effortless. Another Finnish player closes him down, but Musiala, with breathtaking audacity, slips the ball straight through his legs. A perfect nutmeg. The crowd gasps, then roars its approval as he accelerates into the open space. He's now sprinting at full speed, heading directly for the heart of the Finnish defense. The stadium is rising as one, a wave of anticipation sweeping through the stands. He enters the penalty box. A defender commits, sliding in for a last-ditch tackle. Musiala fakes the shot, sending the defender flying past him. With incredible composure, he cuts back inside onto his stronger foot. The goalkeeper scrambles across his line, but it's too late. Musiala looks up, picks his spot, and with surgical precision, curls the ball with the inside of his foot. It arcs beautifully, impossibly, into the top far corner of the net, kissing the post before nestling in. Goal! 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 Germany, it's 4-2. Absolute pandemonium erupts in the stadium. It's pure, unadulterated chaos. Fans are on their feet, screaming his name, waving flags, hugging strangers. This isn't just a goal. It's a work of art, a masterpiece painted on a canvas of green. Musiala, lost in the moment, wheels away in celebration. He runs towards the corner flag, a triumphant roar on his face, and slides on his knees with his arms outstretched, soaking in the adoration. It's an iconic image, a moment straight out of a childhood dream, for both the player and every single fan watching. This goal feels like the one. This is the goal that seals the deal. What a turnaround this has been. From being 2-1 down and staring at a potential upset, Germany has roared back to take a 4-2 lead. This comeback hasn't just been about skill. It's been about pure heart, resilience, and an insatiable hunger to win. They've shown the character of champions tonight. Finland, bless their fighting spirit, continues to push forward, refusing to give up until the very end. But the German defense, buoyed by Musiala's magic, stands firm, repelling every final desperate attack. The energy in the stadium is simply incredible as the clock ticks down. And there it is. The final whistle blows. The referee brings an end to this unforgettable contest. The scoreboard confirms the story. Germany 4, Finland 2. The players collapsed to the ground, some in exhaustion, others in sheer joy. The German team celebrates with their fans who knew they just witnessed something truly, truly special. A night of drama, a story of comeback, and a moment of individual brilliance that will be etched into footballing history. Thank you so much for joining us for this incredible match. What a game! If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another moment of football magic. Until next time, take care. What a night! What a game! Welcome, everyone, to a desert derby of fire and glory. Qatar, the reigning champions of Asia, entered the pitch with confidence and flair, led by their captain Akram Afif, known for his speed and creativity. Oman, on the other hand, came with determination, the underdogs, ready to upset the odds and shock the world. And from the moment the ball was kicked, the game exploded into life. Just 3 minutes in, Qatar launched an attack that set the tone for what was to come. Lightning-fast passes, breathtaking dribbles, and a hunger to score. By the 7th minute, Qatar had already drawn first blood. A clever through ball from Hassan Al-Haidos found Afif in space. With one touch, he cut inside and curled a stunning shot into the top corner. Goal. 1-0 Qatar. The crowd erupted in thunderous celebration. It was a goal that screamed confidence, precision, and class. But what nobody expected was the storm Oman was about to unleash. Refusing to be intimidated, Oman responded with incredible spirit. In the 15th minute, their star striker, Muhsin Al-Ghassani, picked up the ball just inside Qatar's half. He darted past 2 defenders with incredible footwork, creating a pocket of space. He looked up, saw the keeper slightly off his line, and unleashed an absolute rocket from 30 yards out. The ball flew like an arrow, crashing into the back of the net. An unbelievable equalizer. 1-1. The Omani fans went wild. It was a goal that sent a clear message. Oman was here to fight. The game turned into a thrilling end-to-end battle. Both teams traded blows, creating chance after chance. But it was Qatar who struck next. Just before halftime in the 43rd minute, a corner kick whipped into the box caused chaos. The ball pinballed around until it fell to the feet of Almoez Ali, who, with a poacher's instinct, smashed it home from close range. 2-1 Qatar. The timing was perfect, giving them a crucial lead heading into the break. The second half began with the same relentless pace. Oman, trailing but not defeated, came out with renewed purpose. Their pressure paid off in the 62nd minute. A beautiful, flowing move down the right wing ended with a pinpoint cross from Arshad Al-Alawi. Rising high above the Qatari defense was Jamil Al-Yamadi, who powered a magnificent header past the keeper. 2-2. The comeback was on. You could feel the tension and excitement ripple through the stadium. With the score level, the match entered its most dramatic phase. Both sides pushed for a winner, leaving themselves open at the back. It was a nail-biting spectacle of attack versus attack. Then, in the 81st minute, the moment of magic arrived. Akram Afif, who had been a constant threat all night, received the ball on the edge of the area. He weaved past one defender, then another, dancing through the Omani defense as if they weren't there. With the keeper rushing out, Afif calmly chipped the ball over him, a finish of pure genius. 3-2 Qatar, an individual masterpiece that may just have won them the game. But the drama wasn't over. As Oman threw everyone forward in a desperate search for another equalizer, Qatar hit them on the counter in the 92nd minute. With Oman's defense exposed, a long ball found substitute Ismail Mohammed in acres of space. He raced towards the goal, kept his cool, and slotted the ball into the bottom corner to seal the victory. 4-2. The final whistle blew, bringing an end to an absolutely epic encounter. What a match! Goals, drama, and incredible skill from both sides. Qatar takes the 3 points, but Oman won the hearts of many with their fearless performance. This is why we love football. Thank you all for watching this incredible highlight reel. If you enjoyed the action, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another classic match. Until next time, take care. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most electrifying turnarounds in recent football history. The day the Omani Red Wave rose to challenge the giants of Qatar. Strap in, because this was a match for the ages. Picture this: Qatar, the favorites, looking comfortable, seemingly in control of the game. They had the early lead, and their fans were in full voice. But football is a game of moments, and Oman was about to create a tidal wave of them. It all began in the 15th minute. The scene was set with a hopeful, yet perfectly executed, long cross from the magician himself, Mohsin Al-Khaldi. He launched the ball into the heart of Qatar's penalty area, a zone that suddenly became a whirlwind of chaos and confusion. The Qatari defense, usually so composed, scrambled to clear the danger. The ball took a wicked deflection off a defender, a moment of pure, unadulterated luck that every underdog dreams of. And who was there to seize this golden opportunity? None other than the lethal striker, Al-Muqbali. He was in the right place at the absolute right time. Without a second's hesitation, he pounced on the loose ball, smashing it into the back of the net with a thunderous strike that screamed power and precision. The net bulged, and the score was level. 1-1. The stadium erupted. The section of Omani fans, a sea of red and white, went absolutely wild. Flags were waving furiously, scarves were twirling in the air, and a unified chant of pure joy echoed through the stands. This wasn't just an equalizer, it was a statement. It was a jolt of pure adrenaline shot directly into the heart of the Omani team. That single goal completely flipped the script. The momentum, which had been firmly in Qatar's grasp, swung dramatically. For the next 20 minutes, Oman played like a team possessed. They completely blindsided Qatar with their intensity and passion. Their midfield, a relentless pressing machine, hunted in packs, giving the Qatari playmakers no time or space to breathe. Their defense, which had been under pressure, transformed into an unbreakable wall, repelling every attack with courage and discipline. And their counterattacks? Oh, they were a thing of beauty. With every turnover, they sprang forward like coiled vipers, razor-sharp and deadly. Qatar, the reigning champions, looked rattled, their rhythm disrupted, their game plan in tatters. They were on the back foot, and Oman was just getting started. Then came the moment that would define the first half, a moment that sent shockwaves through the entire stadium. In the 33rd minute, it happened again. A quick turnover in the midfield, a testament to Oman's relentless pressure. The ball was won, and in a flash they launched another blazing counterattack. The ball found its way to the flying winger, Jamil Al-Yamadi. He took off down the right flank like a rocket, his pace leaving defenders in his wake. He sprinted, and just as the defense thought they had him cornered, he cut inside with incredible agility. He looked up, picked his spot, and unleashed a breathtaking, curling shot. It was a masterpiece of technique and audacity. The ball soared through the air, bending perfectly around the outstretched arms of the despairing Qatari goalkeeper before nestling into the far corner of the net. Goal for Oman. 2-1. The stadium was silenced, except for the delirious roar from the Omani contingent. The underdogs were now in the lead. The entire Omani bench exploded onto the touchline, a beautiful scene of raw emotion, hugs, and pure ecstasy. The red wave hadn't just risen, it had completely turned the game upside down. On the other side, the look on the faces of the Qatari players and fans told the whole story. They were in a state of shock. Their confident demeanor was gone, replaced by anxious glances and nervous, half-hearted clapping. Their champions were trailing, their fortress breached. But let's not forget who they were up against. Champions are forged in the fires of adversity. They don't crumble when things get tough. They fight back. And Qatar, Renowned for their tactical discipline, their world-class talent, and their unyielding attacking brilliance, were far from finished. The game was set, the challenge was laid down, and Qatar was ready to respond. The first half was Oman's, but the battle was just beginning. What an incredible story of heart and determination from Oman. It just goes to show that in football, anything is possible. Thanks so much for watching this breakdown with me. If you enjoyed the video and love dramatic football stories like this one, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next one. As the second half kicked off, you could just feel something had changed. Qatar came out of that locker room with a fire in their eyes, a completely different team from the one we saw in the first half. It was like Coach Marquez's halftime talk had flicked a switch. They immediately started to control the game. Their passes crisp, their movements sharp, and their attacks filled with a newfound purpose. The Omani defense, which had looked so solid, suddenly found themselves under immense pressure. Qatar was moving the ball with such speed and precision it was a masterclass in possession football. The crowd sensed it too. The initial anxiety was replaced by a growing roar of anticipation. Every Qatari touch was cheered. Every forward pass met with a surge of energy from the stands. And then, in the 52nd minute, it happened. The moment the home fans had been praying for. It was a beautiful, fluid move. A quick, slick 1-2 between the magicians Afif and Al-Haydos sliced through the Omani midfield. The ball was then slipped perfectly to Mohamed Muntari on the edge of the box. He took one touch to set himself and then unleashed an absolute thunderbolt of a shot. The net bulged and the stadium just exploded. 2-2. Muntari wheeled away in celebration, the sheer joy and relief on his face mirroring every single Qatari fan in the stadium. The Lusail Stadium was on its feet, a sea of maroon and white, chanting and singing louder than ever before. You could physically feel the momentum swing. The Desert Lions had roared, and they were back in control. But they weren't content with just an equalizer. Oh no, they wanted more. Smelling blood in the water, Qatar kept pushing, relentlessly pressing Oman. The visitors looked shell-shocked, struggling to cope with the intensity. The confidence was now flowing through the Qatari players' veins. Just 10 minutes later, the moment that would define the match arrived. It was another piece of footballing art, starting from the heart of the midfield. The ball found its way inevitably to the feet of Akram Afif. He looked up, spotted the run, and sent a perfect, curling cross into the box. It was one of those deliveries that strikers dream of. And who was there to meet it? None other than the captain, the legend, Hassan Al-Haydos. He connected with it on the volley, a strike of pure technique and timing. The ball flew like an arrow, straight past the despairing dive of the Omani goalkeeper. Goal. 3-2 to Qatar. The comeback was complete, absolute pandemonium. The noise inside Lusail was deafening. You couldn't hear yourself think over the symphony of chants, drums, and pure, unadulterated joy. Al-Haydos was mobbed by his teammates, the entire squad celebrating a goal that was as beautiful as it was important. The dream of a home victory was now very, very real. From that point on, it was Qatar's show. Their rhythm was too fast, their play too sharp, their confidence unshakable. Every pass connected, every run was a threat. Oman tried their best to regroup, to find a way back into a match that was rapidly slipping from their grasp. They hadn't done much wrong, but they were simply being outplayed by a team that had found its groove. To their credit, Oman never gave up. They pushed forward, throwing players into attack, desperately searching for another miracle, another late goal to salvage a point. But Qatar had other ideas. Their defense, now organized and resolute, stood firm, snuffing out any hint of a threat. The comeback had not only ignited their attack, but it had also solidified their entire team. The Lions of Qatar were determined to protect their lead and see this incredible turnaround through to the final whistle. The clock was ticking, and the Desert Storm was in full force. What an incredible second half from Qatar. From the brink of disappointment to a stunning victory, this was a performance for the ages. Let me know what you think was the turning point in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of the action. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. With just 10 minutes left on the clock, this Qatar versus Oman clash was teetering on a knife's edge. The tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. Oman, chasing the game, made a bold, perhaps desperate move. They pushed their defenders high up the pitch, throwing everything they had into finding an equalizer. But in football, such risks can come with a heavy price. It was a gamble, and Qatar, with their sharp, clinical attackers, were waiting, ready to pounce on any mistake. The home crowd was on the edge of their seats, a mix of anxiety and anticipation filling the air. You could feel that one more moment, one more piece of magic, would decide this epic encounter. Every pass, every tackle was magnified. The stage was set for a hero. And in the 82nd minute, that hero emerged. As Oman pushed forward, they lost possession, and in a flash, the game turned on its head. Qatar launched a devastating, lightning-fast counterattack. It was poetry in motion. The ball found its way to Abdulaziz Hatem in the heart of the midfield. He looked up, saw the run, and with the precision of a surgeon, threaded an absolutely killer pass, slicing through the Omani defense. The ball was perfectly weighted, rolling into the path of the one and only Akram Afif. The stadium held its breath. This was the moment, the chance to seal the victory. Afif, with his trademark elegance, took one touch to control the ball, bringing it under his spell. The last Omani defender desperately lunged in, but Afif was too quick, too clever. He glided past him as if he wasn't even there, his eyes locked on the goal. The goalkeeper, seeing the danger, rushed off his line, trying to narrow the angle and make himself big. But Afif is a player who thrives under pressure. He's got ice in his veins. With sublime composure, he looked up, saw the keeper advancing, and executed the most delicate, audacious chip. The ball floated in a perfect arc, sailing over the helpless keeper's head and nestled gracefully into the back of the net. Goal, 4-2 to Qatar. The stadium absolutely erupted. It was a volcano of pure, unadulterated joy. The sound was deafening as every Qatari fan jumped to their feet, screaming in celebration. What a goal! What a player! Afif, the man of the moment, sprinted towards the corner flag, his arms spread wide like an eagle, soaking in the adoration from the roaring crowd. It was his signature celebration, a symbol of his confidence and his connection with the fans. This wasn't just a goal to win the game, it was a statement, a goal that showcased class, composure, and an unshakable belief. It was a reminder to everyone that Qatar remained a dominant force, a team with the quality to produce moments of brilliance when it matters most. The cameras panned to the Qatari bench, capturing the smiles of relief and immense pride on the faces of the coaching staff and substitutes. Oman had fought with incredible heart and bravery. They pushed Qatar all the way, making this a truly memorable contest. But in the end, Qatar's superior quality and big game experience shone through. That goal was the final, decisive blow. The last few minutes of the match were a masterclass in game management from the home side. They played with intelligence, keeping the ball, moving it around with confidence, and running down the clock. Oman, to their credit, never gave up. They continued to press, chasing shadows and hoping for one last miracle that, sadly for them, was never going to come. As the final whistle blew, the celebration started all over again. A hard-fought, well-deserved victory for Qatar. What an incredible finish to an amazing game. Moments like that are why we love football. Thank you so much for watching with me. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another moment of football magic. Until next time, take care. What a night! What a game! The final whistle echoes around Lusail Stadium, and the scoreboard tells the tale. Qatar 4, Oman 2. A 6-goal thriller that had us all on the edge of our seats from the first minute to the last. The cheers from the stands aren't just for the victors. They're for every single player who left their heart and soul out on that pitch. This wasn't just a match. It was a spectacle of passion, skill, and the beautiful rivalry that defines Gulf football. Let's rewind and relive the drama. The game swung back and forth like a pendulum. First, Qatar took the lead. Then Oman fought back, pushing ahead to make it 2-1. For a moment, it looked like an upset was on the cards. The pressure was immense. You could feel the tension in the air. But true champions are forged in the fire of adversity, and that's exactly what we saw from the Qatari side. They didn't panic, they didn't crumble. Instead, they dug deep and found another gear. Leading the charge was the man of the hour, the undisputed man of the match, Akram Afif. What a performance! 2 sensational goals and a crucial assist. He was simply unplayable tonight, a constant threat, weaving through defenders and creating magic with every touch of the ball. After the game, with a humble smile, Afif gave credit where it was due. He said, "Oman played a great match. They pushed us hard, but our belief never faded." And that belief, he added, was fueled by the incredible support from the stands. This win is for our fans. They kept us going. That connection between the players and the supporters is what makes this sport so special. But let's not forget the incredible spirit shown by Oman. They came to play, and they played with immense courage. Their captain, Abdul Aziz Al Muqbali, embodied true sportsmanship in his post-match comments. He acknowledged the loss but focused on the fight. "We may have lost, but we showed heart," he said. "We'll learn from this and come back stronger." That's the mindset of a team that's building for the future. They may have fallen short on the scoreboard, but they won the respect of everyone watching. Their performance was a testament to their dedication and grit. From the sidelines, Qatar's coach, Felix Sanchez, was visibly proud of his team's character. He highlighted that critical moment in the match when his team was trailing. "At 2-1 down, we showed true Qatari spirit," he declared. "It wasn't just about tactics or formations. It was about something deeper. We fought back, we believed, and we finished the job with style. That fighting spirit, that refusal to accept defeat, is what separates good teams from great ones." The final goals were a showcase of composure and clinical finishing under extreme pressure. As the fans poured out of Lusail Stadium, the atmosphere was electric. There were smiles, there was excitement, and there was a shared sense of having witnessed something truly memorable. This night wasn't just about Qatar's victory. It was a celebration of football in the Gulf, a celebration of the unity, the rivalry, and the pure, unadulterated passion that brings us all together. So, while the headlines will read, "Qatar wins 4-2, the story is so much bigger than that. It's a story of resilience, of a team that stared defeat in the face and roared back to claim victory. It's a story of respect for an Omani team that gave everything and earned admiration for their courage. And ultimately, it's a story that reminds us why we love this game. It's more than just a scoreline. It's about the drama, the emotion, and the unforgettable moments that will be talked about for years to come. What a match. What a memory. Thanks for joining me to relive this incredible contest. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another update. Until next time, take care and keep loving the beautiful game. What a match! From the very first whistle, it was pure chaos, energy, and skill on display. Germany versus Slovakia. A clash that promised excitement, and oh boy, it delivered in style. Inside a packed stadium roaring with thousands of fans, the atmosphere felt electric as both teams walked onto the pitch, ready to write a new chapter in the FIFA Confederations Cup 2025-26. Germany, the European powerhouse, entered the field with confidence, eyes burning with ambition after a string of dominant performances. On the other side stood Slovakia, determined, fearless, and hungry to prove they could stand toe-to-toe with the giants. The flags waved, the chants grew louder, and when the referee's whistle echoed, the battle for glory truly began. Right from kickoff, Germany pushed forward with their signature fast-paced attacking football. Their passes were quick, crisp, and lethal. Within minutes, fans could sense something special brewing. And, sure enough, the first goal came like lightning. A beautiful through ball sliced open the Slovakian defense, and Germany's star striker made no mistake, slotting it coolly into the bottom corner. The German fans erupted, but Slovakia wasn't about to just roll over. They responded with fire, their midfield battling for every ball. They absorbed the pressure and then hit back on a swift counterattack. A long ball over the top found their winger, who delivered a perfect cross. A stunning header, and just like that, it was 1-1. The Slovakian fans went wild. The game was on. The first half was a seesaw battle of wills, but just before the break, Germany struck again. A corner kick whipped into the box caused panic, and after a frantic scramble, a German midfielder poked it home. 2-1 at halftime. What a show! The second half started just as intensely. Germany came out with renewed purpose, determined to extend their lead. Their possession game was a masterclass. They moved the ball with precision, waiting for the perfect opening. And it came. A moment of individual brilliance. A dizzying run past two defenders, followed by an unstoppable shot into the top corner. 3-1. It was a goal worthy of any final. Slovakia, however, showed incredible heart. They refused to give up and pulled one back with a sensational long-range strike that left the German keeper with no chance. 3-2. Could a comeback be on the cards? The stadium was buzzing with anticipation. But Germany is a machine for a reason. They weathered the storm and then shifted into a higher gear. Their relentless attack paid off once more. A rapid passing sequence down the flank ended with a simple tap-in, making it 4-2 and putting the game almost out of reach. The Slovakian spirits seemed to dip, but they fought valiantly until the very end. As the clock ticked down, Germany added the cherry on top. A final, devastating counterattack sealed the deal. Another clinical finish, and the scoreboard read 5-2. It was a dominant display of attacking football from the German side, but immense credit goes to Slovakia for their fighting spirit and for making this an unforgettable contest. What a spectacle of goals, passion, and world-class talent. An incredible night of football that showcased why we love this game so much. Germany takes the victory, but both teams gave us a match for the ages. That's all for today's highlights. What was your favorite goal of the match? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another epic match highlight. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Upbeat, energetic intro music fades slightly to the background. What an electrifying start to this match, folks. We're live, and if you blinked, you might have missed the absolute masterclass Germany is putting on. But don't worry, we're here to break down every heart-pounding moment for you. The whistle blew, and right from the get-go, Germany showed they meant business. The opening goal set a blistering tone for what was to come. It was just the 8th minute when Leroy Sané, like a lightning bolt, absolutely tore through Slovakia's defense. His speed was explosive. He cut inside the box, took a breath, and then, boom, fired an absolute rocket past the goalkeeper. The German fans in the stadium went wild. An eruption of cheers as the scoreboard lit up. 1-0, Germany. You could feel the energy surge through the entire stadium. But hold on, because the German machine wasn't even close to being done. They kept the pressure on, relentless, suffocating the Slovakian side. And just 10 minutes later, it was Kai Havertz's turn to work his magic. Picture this. With his signature, almost magical footwork, he danced through a maze of defenders. It was like the ball was glued to his feet. He weaved past one, then another, found his opening, and slotted in a finish so calm, so cool, it was just poetry in motion. Clinical, beautiful, and pure German football. Can you believe it? 2-0 inside the first 20 minutes. It was looking like a complete domination. At this point, many teams would have crumbled. The pressure, the scoreline, the sheer force of the German attack, it would be enough to break anyone's spirit. But Slovakia, they refused to crumble. They dug deep. You could see the shift in their body language. They started fighting back, clawing their way back into the game. Their midfield tightened up, winning crucial tackles, and they began building momentum with tight, intricate passing and launching long balls to their speedy wingers, stretching the German defense. And who was leading the charge? None other than their legendary captain, Marek Hamsik. He was everywhere, tackling, passing, shouting instructions, a true leader, pushing his team forward, demanding they regain control and not let the game slip away. He was the heartbeat of their revival, inspiring his teammates with every touch of the ball. Then, in the 30th minute, their hard work paid off. Slovakia won a free kick in a dangerous position. The stadium held its breath. Ondrej Duda stepped up. The wall was set, the keeper was ready, but nobody could have prepared for what happened next. Duda struck the ball with perfect technique, and it curled exquisitely over the wall, dipping just at the right moment and nestling right into the top corner of the net. An absolutely unstoppable strike, a moment of pure brilliance. The stadium just shook. The Slovak fans, who had been silenced, screamed with sheer joy and relief. Their team was back in it. The score was now 2-1, and what looked like a one-sided affair suddenly came roaring back to life. The tension was palpable. This wasn't just a match anymore. It was a battle of wills, a showcase of skill and resilience. So, from a German blitzkrieg to a stunning Slovakian comeback, the first half hour has given us everything. Incredible goals, individual brilliance, and a team refusing to give up. What's going to happen next? Honestly, your guess is as good as mine. This match is now perfectly poised on a knife's edge, and we're here for all of it. If you're loving this breakdown and want to follow every twist and turn of this incredible game, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single update. Let us know in the comments who you think will score next. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned. The intensity just cranked up to 11 after that last goal. Seriously, tackles were flying, you could feel the tension crackling, and both teams were playing with absolute fire in their eyes. Germany's midfield, with that powerhouse trio of Kimmich, Musiala, and Gundogan, really started to take command again. They were orchestrating attacks with surgical precision, moving the ball beautifully, trying to find that killer pass. But Slovakia, they were a brick wall. They held their ground with incredible spirit. And let's talk about their goalkeeper, Rodak. What a performance! He pulled off back-to-back saves that left the entire stadium, myself included, completely stunned. I mean, there was one point-blank stop against Florian Wirtz that was just world-class. You couldn't even catch your breath. It was pure, end-to-end football, the kind of stuff we all live for. You just didn't know what was going to happen next. Every attack, every counterattack felt like it could be a game-changing moment. Then, just as the halftime whistle was about to blow, in the 44th minute, something truly special happened. It was a moment of pure genius, a turning point that shifted the whole dynamic of the game. The young German sensation, Jamal Musiala, got the ball. He wasn't just playing, he was creating art. He went on this mesmerizing run, effortlessly dribbling past not one, but two Slovakian defenders who looked like they were stuck in slow motion. He cut inside onto his stronger right foot, opened up his body, and just perfection. He curled a sensational shot, a thing of beauty, right into the far corner of the net. The ripple of the net, the roar of the crowd, it was an electric moment. The keeper had absolutely no chance. Just like that, it was 3-1 to Germany right at halftime. It was a massive blow to Slovakia's momentum, a real heartbreaker right before the break. You could see the deflation on their faces. But here's the thing about this Slovakian team. They were not finished. Not by a long shot. That halftime whistle gave them a chance to regroup, to rethink their strategy. Their determination was about to face its ultimate test in the second half, and what followed, my friends, was a 45-minute roller coaster of pure passion and tactical precision. As the players came back out, you could see a new fire in the Slovakian players' eyes. They knew they had a mountain to climb, but they weren't backing down. The German side, confident with their 2-goal cushion, was looking to control the pace, to manage the game and see it out. But Slovakia had other ideas. They came out pressing high, chasing every ball, making it incredibly uncomfortable for the German defenders to play out from the back. The second half kicked off with an immediate sense of urgency. Slovakia's coach must have given one heck of a halftime speech because his team was transformed. They were more compact in defense, closing down spaces much faster and forcing Germany into wider areas where they were less effective. The midfield battle reignited, but this time Slovakia's players were winning more of those crucial 50-50 challenges. They started creating chances of their own. A swift counterattack down the left wing led to a dangerous cross that just missed the head of their striker. The crowd, which had been buzzing with German confidence, suddenly had a new sense of tension. You could feel the "what if" starting to creep in. Germany still had their moments of quality, of course. Musiala and Wirtz continued to link up, their quick interchanges causing problems. But that final, decisive touch was now missing. The Slovakian defense, led by their towering center-backs, was throwing themselves in front of every shot. It became a fascinating tactical chess match. Germany, trying to exploit the space left behind by Slovakia's aggressive press. Slovakia, trying to hit Germany on the break with quick, direct passes. The minutes ticked by, and with every passing moment, the belief in a Slovakian comeback grew stronger, not just on the pitch, but in the stands as well. The passion was palpable. Every tackle was cheered like a goal. Every forward run was met with a roar of encouragement. This wasn't just a team trying to salvage a game. It was a team fighting for their pride, for their fans, for a chance to create an unforgettable story. What a spectacle of heart and desire. Thanks so much for watching and sharing this incredible match with me. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more football analysis. See you in the next one. Welcome back, football fans, to the thrilling conclusion of what has been an absolutely electrifying match. The second half is underway, and Slovakia, trailing but not defeated, are coming out with everything they've got. They're pressing high, hunting for that crucial goal to reignite their hopes. You can feel the tension in the stadium. Every pass, every tackle is met with a roar from the crowd. The German side looks composed, but they know they can't afford to relax. Slovakia are pushing, probing, looking for that one opening to turn this game on its head. Can they find it? The next few minutes are absolutely critical. And there it is. Unbelievable. Just 8 minutes into the second half, Slovakia have done it. A stunning counterattack cuts through the German defense like a hot knife through butter. The ball is played through to Laszlo Benes. He takes a touch, sets himself, and unleashes a rocket into the bottom corner. It's 3-2. The Slovakian fans are going wild. The underdogs have clawed one back, and suddenly this game is wide open once again. What a finish! What a moment! You have to give them credit. They never stopped believing. And now they are right back in this contest. The German players look a little stunned. This is not what they had planned for the start of the second half. The momentum has completely shifted. But hold on. Germany's response is immediate and devastating. Just when Slovakia started to dream, the German machine roars back to life. Kimmich whips in a perfect pinpoint cross from the right flank. It sails over the defenders, and who's there to meet it? Niklas Füllkrug. He rises like a salmon, hangs in the air, and powers a header into the back of the net. 4-2 to Germany. The Slovakian comeback is cut short in the most brutal fashion. The German bench erupts, and their fans are once again in full voice. That is the response of champions. They were under pressure, and they hit back with pure quality. What an incredible sequence of events. We've barely had time to catch our breath, and another goal has flown in. This match is an absolute goal fest, and it's pure entertainment for everyone watching. Slovakia, to their credit, aren't giving up. They're throwing players forward, trying to find another way back into this chaotic game. They're fighting for every ball, but the German defense, stung into action, has now slammed the door shut. And at the heart of it is Antonio Rudiger. He's been an absolute colossus at the back. He's throwing his body on the line, making crucial blocks, and his tackling has been fearless and perfectly timed. Every time a Slovakian attacker gets a sight of goal, Rudiger appears out of nowhere to snuff out the danger. He's been a rock, frustrating the opposition and providing the stability his team needed after conceding. His leadership and defensive masterclass are a huge reason why Germany have been able to weather this second-half storm and maintain their 2-goal cushion. And that, my friends, is the nail in the coffin. Germany puts the finishing touch on a spectacular performance. A lightning-fast break catches the tired Slovakian defense completely off guard. The substitute, Julian Brandt, injects fresh pace into the attack. He plays a slick 1-2 with Sané, who returns the pass with surgical precision. Brandt is through on goal, he looks up, picks his spot, and coolly slots it past the helpless goalkeeper. 5-2, game, set, and match for Germany. An absolute statement victory from a team that looks destined for greatness in this tournament. 5 goals, each one a display of their incredible attacking prowess. They have been simply sensational today, a joy to watch from start to finish. What a match we've witnessed. An absolute roller coaster of emotions and a feast of goals. Germany marches on with another dominant display, while Slovakia can hold their heads high for their spirited fight. It was a game that had everything. Thank you so much for joining me for this incredible encounter. If you enjoyed the commentary and want more football action, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a match. Until next time, take care and goodbye. What a night of football! The final whistle has blown, and the German machine roars to life with a stunning 5-2 victory over a valiant Slovakian side. From the first kick to the last, this was pure, unadulterated football magic under the dazzling lights of the FIFA Confederations Cup 2025-26. As the scoreboard lit up with that final score, you could feel the electricity in the stadium. The German players, a perfect blend of youthful fire and seasoned wisdom, erupted in celebration. This wasn't just another win, it was a statement, a masterclass in attacking football that has sent a clear message to every other team in this tournament. Their fans, a sea of black, red, and gold, waved their flags with pride, their voices echoing through the night. They knew they had just witnessed a performance for the ages. This victory catapults Germany closer to the top of the standings, reinforcing their reputation as one of the world's footballing giants. The synergy on the pitch was undeniable. They moved as one unit, with every pass, every run, and every shot executed with precision and purpose. It was a beautiful display of teamwork and individual brilliance, proving once again why they are perennial contenders on the world stage. But let's not forget the incredible heart shown by Slovakia. Though the scoreline may seem one-sided, they fought with courage and a never-say-die spirit that won them the respect of fans across the globe. They didn't just sit back, they challenged Germany, creating their own moments of brilliance and scoring 2 fantastic goals. They may have been defeated tonight, but they left the pitch with their heads held high, having contributed to an unforgettable spectacle. Their passion and creativity were a joy to watch. In the post-match press conference, the German coach couldn't hide his satisfaction. He lauded his team's unity and clinical finishing, calling it a performance worthy of champions. He was right. The players executed the game plan flawlessly, turning opportunities into goals with ruthless efficiency. The tactics were spot on, and the execution was even better. And the fans online. The buzz is absolutely insane. Social media is on fire with praise for Jamal Musiala's incredible solo effort, a goal that will surely be a contender for goal of the tournament. The way he weaved through the defense was simply breathtaking. Then there was Niklas Füllkrug, whose powerful clinical header showcased his predatory instincts in the box. These were just two highlights in a match filled with them, moments of genius that remind us why we love this beautiful game. So, as another thrilling night of Confederations Cup football comes to a close, we're left with memories of incredible goals, passionate fans, and a German side that looks simply unstoppable. This 5-2 victory wasn't just about 3 points, it was a declaration of intent. It showed their dominance, their resilience, and their ability to rise to the occasion when it matters most. If you happen to miss this incredible encounter, do yourself a favor and watch the highlights. They capture the essence of the match perfectly. Breathtaking goals, an electric atmosphere, and pure footballing brilliance from start to finish. This tournament is just getting started, and if this game is any indication, the FIFA Confederations Cup 2025 T26 is shaping up to be one for the history books. Thanks so much for watching with us tonight. What was your favorite moment from the match? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment of the action. We'll see you for the next one. Video opens with fast-paced, high-energy highlights of the USA vs. Uruguay match, goals, tackles, crowd reactions, all set to an upbeat, epic soundtrack. Are you ready for an absolute explosion of football? Because what we witnessed tonight was nothing short of legendary. Welcome, everyone, to the official highlights of the International Highlights League, where the United States of America just unleashed a storm on Uruguay, finishing with an unbelievable 6-2 victory. Boom! From the very first whistle, under the bright lights of a packed MetLife Stadium, the USA made one thing crystal clear. They weren't here just to play. They were here to dominate. The air was electric, a sea of red, white, and blue flags waving, the roar of the crowd shaking the very foundations of the stadium. This wasn't just a game, it was a declaration, and it took only 7 minutes for the fireworks to begin. A lightning-fast counterattack, brilliantly orchestrated by the midfield general, Weston McKennie. He finds Christian Pulisic, who cuts inside, leaving a defender in his wake, and curls an absolute beauty into the top corner. 1-0, USA. The crowd erupts, pure ecstasy. You could feel the energy surge through the entire nation. Uruguay, a team renowned for its grit and experience, looked shell-shocked. They tried to impose their physical style to slow the game down, but the American squad was relentless. This was football played with pace, precision, and an unstoppable hunger. This was a statement to the world. Just as Uruguay was trying to find its footing, the USA struck again. In the 19th minute, a sublime cross from Sergiño Dest found the head of a soaring Ricardo Pepi, who buried it into the back of the net. 2-0. The American attack was a symphony of movement, a beautiful fluid machine that Uruguay simply couldn't handle. But you can never count out a team like La Celeste. Just before the half, they clawed one back. A moment of confusion in the American defense, and the legendary Luis Suarez, ever the opportunist, pounced on a loose ball and fired it home. 2-1. A lifeline for Uruguay, and a reminder that this battle was far from over. The tension was palpable as the halftime whistle blew. The second half kicked off, and if you thought the USA would sit back and defend their lead, you were mistaken. They came out with even more fire. In the 53rd minute, Gio Reyna, the young maestro, danced through the Uruguayan midfield, played a perfect 1-2 with Pulisic, and slotted the ball coolly past the keeper. 3-1. The 2-goal cushion was restored, and the American dream was back in full swing. But the drama wasn't done yet. Uruguay won a penalty in the 65th minute. Federico Valverde stepped up and converted with confidence, making it 3-2. Suddenly, the stadium grew tense again. Could the Americans hold on? Hold on. They did more than that. They turned it up to 11. The response was immediate and devastating. In the 71st minute, a corner kick found its way to Walker Zimmerman, who rose above everyone and powered a header into the goal. 4-2. The floodgates were officially open. The belief and resilience of this American team were on full display for the world to see. With Uruguay pushing forward in desperation, the USA exploited the space with ruthless efficiency. In the 82nd minute, substitute Brendan Aronson, fresh off the bench, scored with his very first touch, tapping in a perfect cross from Pulisic, who was simply unplayable all night. 5-2. It was a party now at MetLife. And for the grand finale, in the final minute of regulation, Christian Pulisic capped off his masterclass performance by completing his hat trick. He weaved through the tired Uruguayan defense and blasted the ball into the net, sealing an astonishing 6-2 victory. The stadium exploded in a final, deafening roar. What a night! What a performance! An absolute football storm from the United States of America. This wasn't just a win, it was a message sent to the entire world. The Stars and Stripes are a force to be reckoned with. Thank you so much for joining us for these incredible highlights. If you enjoyed this as much as we did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a moment of the action. Let us know your thoughts on this historic match in the comments below. Until next time, take care. What a game we've got on our hands. Just when it looked like the USA was running away with it, Uruguay strikes back with a roar. Their midfield maestro, Federico Valverde, started pulling the strings, connecting passes like a puppet master. He found Darwin Núñez and the legendary Luis Suarez, who were hungry to get their team back in the game. And then, in the 17th minute, it happened. A beautiful, rapid 1-2 between Núñez and Suarez sliced through the American defense. The ball fell to Suarez, the veteran, the warrior, and he made no mistake, smashing it past Matt Turner into the back of the net. 1-1. The Celeste fans in the stadium went wild. The game was on. You could feel the tension, the energy, the pure passion of the Copa America. But hold on a second. If you thought the U.S. would back down, you were dead wrong. They didn't even blink. The response was immediate. It was ruthless, and it was brilliant. Just 7 minutes later, in the 24th minute, Giovanni Reyna decided to put on a show. He picked up the ball, danced through the Uruguayan midfield like they were standing still, and then slid a perfectly weighted pass to Ricardo Pepi. Pepi, with ice in his veins, took a touch and coolly finished. 2-1 to the USA. The American fans erupted once again. What a reply! The momentum had completely swung back. The Eagles were soaring, and they weren't done yet. Reyna drove to the byline and cut the ball back, right into the path of the onrushing Weston McKennie. And McKennie, oh, he absolutely thundered it. A rocket of a shot that flew into the roof of the net. 3-1. The stadium just exploded. Flags waving, fans chanting, pure ecstasy. The United States was on fire, playing with a speed and chemistry that left Uruguay completely stunned. What an incredible display of attacking football. The first half wasn't over yet, and the American pressure was relentless. Every time Uruguay got the ball, a red, white, and blue jersey was there to close them down. The midfield trio of Adams, McKennie, and Moussa was a wall, winning back possession and launching one counterattack after another. Pulisic was a constant threat on the wing, his dribbling causing nightmares for the Uruguayan fullbacks. They came here with a plan, but the USA's intensity and quick-fire goals had completely derailed them. The American squad was playing with a swagger, a confidence that we haven't seen in a long, long time. Every pass was crisp, Every movement had a purpose. As the halftime whistle approached, the U.S. nearly made it 4. Another swift break saw Pepe played through on goal, but this time the Uruguayan keeper, Roche, made a fantastic save to keep his team's hopes alive, even if just barely. Halftime, 3-1 to the USA. An absolutely breathtaking 45 minutes of football. The Americans were in complete control, but with superstars like Suarez and Valverde on the other side, you can never count Uruguay out. This second half is going to be absolutely massive. What a spectacle we are witnessing, folks. This is more than just a game. It's a statement from the United States. They are showing the world they are ready to compete with the very best. The speed, the skill, the teamwork, it's all coming together. We've just seen one of the most exciting halves of football in recent memory, and the second half promises even more drama. Will Uruguay find a way back, or will the USA see this through and seal a historic victory? We'll find out soon enough. Thank you so much for tuning in and sharing this incredible match with us. The atmosphere here is electric, and the football has been top tier. If you're loving this breakdown and want more in-depth analysis of the beautiful game, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single moment. We'll be back right after the break for the second half. You won't want to go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone. The second half is underway, and if you thought the first half was electric, you are not ready for what's coming. Uruguay, trailing, is looking to claw their way back into this game, but it looks like the USA came out of the locker room with a completely different level of fire. They're faster, they're sharper, and man, are they hungry for more. You can see it in every touch, every run. Their passing is just so crisp, connecting seamlessly from defense to attack. The energy is simply unmatched right now, and their finishing? Absolutely clinical. It's like watching a team that's been playing together for a decade, not just a few years. They are putting on an absolute masterclass in how to control a game. And there it is. Just 5 minutes into the second half, the fourth goal. It all started with a perfect corner kick from Captain America himself, Christian Pulisic. He whips it into the box with pace and precision. Rising above a sea of blue shirts is none other than Tyler Adams. He meets the ball with incredible power, heading it straight into the back of the net. 4-1 to the USA. The stadium is absolutely rocking. The fans are going absolutely wild. The chants of USA, USA are deafening. Look at the players celebrating by the corner flag. That passion, that unity, it's what every fan dreams of seeing. The chemistry on this American side is just unreal today. Every pass finds its mark, every player is brimming with confidence. This is total football. But hold on, don't count Uruguay out just yet. They're a team with immense pride and talent, and they are fighting back. It's the 58th minute, and they've managed to pull one back. It's a brilliant piece of play. Valverde on the wing delivers a dangerous cross into the box, and who else but Darwin Núñez is there to meet it. He gets ahead of his marker and just taps it past the keeper. 4-2. The Uruguayan fans erupt. For a moment, you can feel the shift in momentum. They believe a comeback could be on the cards. They're pushing forward, trying to find another opening. Can the USA hold on? Can they withstand this pressure from a desperate and determined Uruguayan side? This is what makes football the beautiful game, folks. The drama is unbelievable. But just when you think Uruguay might have a sliver of hope, the USA slams the door shut in the most spectacular fashion. The 65th minute. This isn't just a goal. This is a work of art. Gio Reyna gets the ball about 30 yards out. He looks up, sees the space, and just goes for it. He skips past one defender like he isn't even there, then another, creating just enough room for a shot. And what a shot it is! From 25 yards out, he unleashes an absolute thunderbolt. The ball dips, it swerves, it's a missile heading for the top corner. The goalkeeper is completely rooted to the spot, a mere spectator to a moment of pure genius. 5-2 USA. That is simply unstoppable. At this very moment, everyone watching knows this isn't just another victory. This is a statement. A statement to the entire footballing world that the USA has arrived and they mean business. This performance is more than just the scoreline. It's about the confidence, the swagger, the tactical brilliance. Every player on that pitch for the United States is playing at the peak of their game. From the goalkeeping to the defense, the midfield control, and the lethal finishing up front, it's a complete team performance. They have systematically dismantled a world-class opponent. For the fans, this is a moment to savor, a memory that will last a lifetime. This isn't just 3 points, it's a declaration of intent for the future. The world is watching and the USA is putting on a show. What a game! What a team! What a night for American soccer. Thank you so much for joining me for this incredible match. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments below. Until next time. What a game! What a performance! By this point, Uruguay looked completely gassed, chasing shadows as the United States played with a level of flair and confidence we haven't seen in years. Every single attack felt dangerous. Every movement was filled with intent and purpose. You could just feel the energy crackling in the air. And then, in the 78th minute, the crowd collectively rose to its feet. It was that sixth sense you get as a fan. That feeling in your gut that something truly special is about to happen. And boy, were they right. Christian Pulisic, who already had a goal and 2 assists to his name, picked up the ball near the halfway line. What happened next was pure magic. He weaved past one defender with a quick shimmy, then danced around another as if he wasn't even there. He ignited the afterburners, sprinting down the flank, leaving a trail of blue shirts in his wake. Just as he reached the edge of the box, he cut inside, creating a sliver of space. And, with the grace of an artist, he curled a perfect, unstoppable shot into the far corner of the net. It was absolutely world-class. A goal that will be replayed for decades. A true masterpiece of individual brilliance. 6-2 to the USA. The stadium just erupted into beautiful chaos. Fans were on their feet, flags waving furiously, a deafening roar of Pulisic's name echoing around the stands. It was one of those moments that gives you goosebumps. You could even see the Uruguayan players just shaking their heads in disbelief. Sometimes you just have to hold your hands up and acknowledge that you've witnessed greatness. Brilliance like that is simply unstoppable. From that moment on, the Americans managed the game with an incredible sense of maturity. They controlled the tempo, keeping possession with crisp, one-touch passing and completely shutting down any hope of a Uruguayan comeback. Their passing was sharp, their defense was a fortress, and their chemistry was absolutely flawless. It was like watching a well-oiled machine, with every part working in perfect harmony. As the final minutes ticked away, the feeling in the stadium was electric. You could feel it in the air, you could see it on the faces of the players and the fans. This was more than just a win. This was a statement. This was the dawn of a new era, the writing of a new chapter in U.S. football history. A performance that announced their arrival on the world stage with authority. What a night. Thanks so much for watching and reliving this incredible moment with me. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another video. We'll see you in the next one. What an unbelievable night of football. When that final whistle blew, the entire stadium just erupted. The scoreboard said it all. United States of America 6, Uruguay 2. This wasn't just a win, it was a statement. A glorious night that will be etched in the history books for years to come. 6 incredible goals, a relentless pace, and pure, unadulterated domination from start to finish. As the final whistle echoed, you could see the raw emotion on the pitch. The players, arms around each other, celebrating with the fans who were roaring, singing, and waving flags with an energy that matched the team's. It was a beautiful, powerful scene of unity and shared triumph. And who was the star of this historic show? There's absolutely no debate. The man of the match, the captain, the leader, Christian Pulisic. What a performance! 2 absolutely stunning goals, 2 perfectly timed assists, and a level of leadership that lifted every single player on that field. He was everywhere, driving the team forward, creating chances, and proving once again why he's considered one of the most dynamic and exciting players in world football. He wasn't just playing, he was conducting an orchestra of attacking brilliance. After the match, with the cheers still ringing in his ears, Pulisic stood tall and proud. He said, "We played fearless football tonight. Every single one of us gave everything we had, and we showed the world what this team is truly capable of. This win is for our fans. They were our 12th man, pushing us every single second of the game." You could feel the passion in his voice, the pride he has in wearing that jersey. This wasn't just a scripted answer, it was from the heart. Even in defeat, there was a sense of respect. The Uruguayan coach, known for his tactical mind, was humble and honest in his assessment. He admitted, "They were simply faster, sharper, and more clinical than us tonight. Sometimes you just have to hold your hands up and respect brilliance. They thoroughly deserved the win." That's high praise from a seasoned veteran, and it underlines just how special this U.S. performance was. They didn't just beat a good team, they earned their respect. Long after the players had left the pitch, a magical thing happened. The fans stayed. They stayed, and they sang the national anthem, their voices filling the night sky. It was a spontaneous, heartfelt chorus of pride and joy. That moment, more than any goal, showed that this was a defining night for American soccer. It was the moment the world sat up and took notice. This performance announced loud and clear that the United States is no longer just the future of football. They are the present. With this kind of energy, this unbreakable unity, and an attacking force that seems unstoppable, they didn't just win a game. They inspired a nation. They showed a generation of young players what's possible. This is a new era. What a time to be a fan. Thank you so much for watching and reliving this incredible victory with us. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more content celebrating the beautiful game, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. We'll see you in the next one. What an absolutely incredible night of football we just witnessed. From the very first whistle, you could feel it in the air. Something special was about to unfold. The International Highlights League 2025-26 brought us a true football masterpiece as Mexico unleashed a storm, crushing Paraguay in a jaw-dropping 6-2 victory that had fans screaming with pure joy and disbelief. The legendary Estadio Azteca was completely packed, a vibrant sea of green, white, and red flags waving proudly under the bright lights. The fans were loud, passionate, and ready to see their heroes put on a show. And, oh boy, did Mexico deliver. Barely 5 minutes into the game, the crowd erupted. Irving Chucky Lozano, in a moment of pure genius, sprinted down the right wing, cut inside past 2 defenders as if they weren't even there, and unleashed a stunning curling shot that sailed right into the top corner. 1-0. Mexico. The stadium absolutely exploded. The drums beat louder and the chants echoed across the stands. Mexico! Mexico! The energy was electric, the confidence simply unstoppable. From that moment, you just knew. Mexico wasn't just playing football. They were conducting a masterclass. But Paraguay wasn't going down without a fight. In the 15th minute, they earned a free kick from a dangerous position. Miguel Almiron stepped up, his focus unshakable, and bent a beautiful shot over the wall, leaving the goalkeeper with no chance. 1-1. The Paraguayan supporters roared back to life, their hope renewed. For a moment, the stadium held its breath. Was the tide about to turn? Mexico answered that question emphatically. Just 10 minutes later, Santiago Giménez, the little Chaquito, showed his predatory instincts. After a brilliant passing sequence that sliced through the Paraguayan midfield, he received the ball just inside the box, turned his defender with a slick move, and fired a low, powerful shot into the bottom corner. 2-1 Mexico. The green wave of celebration washed over the stands once again. El Tri was back in control, and they were hungry for more. As halftime approached, the Mexican dominance was undeniable. They kept possession, their passes crisp and their movement fluid. In the 42nd minute, their pressure paid off spectacularly. Edson Alvarez, the midfield general, won the ball back with a strong tackle and played a perfect through ball to Orbelín Pineda. Pineda, with his signature flair, dinked the ball over the onrushing goalkeeper. 3-1. The crowd was ecstatic. Mexico was playing with a rhythm and style that was simply breathtaking to watch. The first half ended with El Tri firmly in the driver's seat, their performance a symphony of skill and passion. The second half started just as the first one ended, with Mexico on the front foot. They came out of the locker room looking even more determined, as if the 3-1 lead wasn't enough, and in the 55th minute they extended their lead. After a corner kick was partially cleared, the ball fell to Luis Chavez outside the area. Without hesitation, he unleashed a thunderous left-footed volley that rocketed into the net. What a goal! 4-1. An absolute screamer that sent the fans into a frenzy. It was a goal of pure power and technique, a true highlight reel moment. Paraguay, to their credit, managed to pull one back against the run of play. But this was Mexico's night, and they were not finished yet. The response was swift and ruthless. In the 75th minute, Santiago Giménez bagged his second of the night, heading in a beautiful cross from the left wing with precision and power. 5-2. The stadium was bouncing, the celebration in full swing. Cielito Lindo rang out from every corner of the Azteca as the fans celebrated a performance for the ages. And just when you thought it was all over, the icing on the cake arrived in the 88th minute. The substitute, Diego Lainez, picked up the ball, danced past a defender with incredible footwork, and coolly finished to make it 6-2. A 6-goal spectacle. The final whistle blew, confirming a historic victory for Mexico. The players celebrated with the fans, a shared moment of pure triumph and national pride. It was a night of Mexican fire, a performance that will be talked about for years to come. The roar from the Estadio Azteca truly shook the foundations of football tonight. What a game! What a team! What a night! If you enjoyed these incredible highlights, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another moment of football magic. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. What a night, what a performance, what a fiesta of football. Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and tonight we are all about one team, Mexico. The final whistle has blown in the International Highlights League, and the scoreboard tells a story that will be talked about for weeks. Mexico 6, Paraguay 2. This wasn't just a victory. This was a thunderous declaration of skill, passion, and pure dominance. From the very first minute, you could feel the electricity in the stadium. The Mexican side came out with an intensity that Paraguay simply couldn't handle. Every pass was crisp, every tackle was committed, and every shot was fired with intent. 6 goals, each one a masterpiece of teamwork and individual brilliance. As that final whistle echoed through the stadium, you saw it all. The players, wrapped in triumphant embraces, their faces beaming with pride, as the roar of the crowd chanting their names created a symphony of victory. This is the kind of football that gives you goosebumps. Now, let's talk about the maestro of the match, the man who was simply on another level tonight. Who else but Hirving Chucky Lozano? Man of the match doesn't even begin to cover it. 2 incredible goals, 2 beautiful assists. The man was a whirlwind of unstoppable energy from kickoff to the final second. His blistering pace left defenders in his dust. His creativity carved open the Paraguayan defense time and time again. And his sheer hunger for the ball was the engine that drove this Mexican team forward. He was everywhere, doing everything. In his post-match interview, with that trademark grin, Chucky summed it up perfectly. He said, "We wanted to give our fans something special tonight, and we did it together. This is the Mexico we believe in." That spirit of unity, that desire to play for the fans and the flag, was evident in every single player. It wasn't just about winning. It was about making a statement, and they delivered it with style. This performance wasn't just for the 90 minutes on the pitch. It was a gift to every single supporter who believes in this team. Coach Jaime Lozano couldn't have been prouder. He praised his squad, saying, "We played with passion, discipline, and heart. This is how we want to represent Mexico, fearless and united." And that's exactly what we saw. A team that was tactically disciplined, but played with the freedom and flair that makes Mexican football so exciting to watch. They were fearless in attack and united in defense. Even the Paraguayan coach had to tip his hat, admitting, "Mexico was incredible tonight. Their energy and finishing were world-class. We'll learn from this. When your opponent acknowledges your brilliance, you know you've done something truly special." As the stadium lights glowed and the echoes of "Mexico, Mexico" filled the night air long after the players had left the pitch, one thing became crystal clear. Tonight, Mexico reminded the world of its footballing soul. This was a spectacle of passion, a display of power, and an exhibition of national pride. This was Mexican football at its absolute, breathtaking finest. The 2025-26 International Highlights League has just witnessed a footballing masterclass that will be etched in our memories for a very long time. What a game! What a team! Thank you so much for tuning in to relive this incredible match with us. If you enjoyed this breakdown and love the beautiful game as much as we do, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another highlight. Until next time, keep the passion for football alive. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you thought this match couldn't get any more thrilling, you were mistaken. We're diving straight into the final breathtaking moments of Mexico versus Paraguay, where the action on and off the pitch reached a fever pitch. The clock ticks past the 80-minute mark. Mexico is already dominating with a commanding 5-2 lead, but they aren't done yet. Oh no, not by a long shot. The crowd is electric, a sea of green, white, and red, buzzing with anticipation. Every pass, every tackle is met with a roar. You can feel the energy crackling through the air, a sense of history being made right here, right now. The Mexican side is playing with a swagger, a confidence that comes from knowing they are in complete control. They're passing the ball with precision, moving as one cohesive unit, and you just get the feeling that something special is still to come. The Paraguayan team, to their credit, is still fighting, still chasing, but the relentless pressure from El Tri is proving to be overwhelming. And then it happens. The 81st minute, a moment that will be replayed for years to come. Irving Chucky Lozano, who has been an absolute nightmare for the Paraguayan defense all night, picks up the ball in the midfield. He looks up, surveying his options. With a stroke of genius, he plays a perfectly weighted, defense-splitting pass that cuts through the backline like a hot knife through butter. And who is on the receiving end? None other than the returning hero, Raúl Jiménez. Having come on as a substitute, Jiménez shows the class and composure we all know he possesses. He takes one touch to set himself, looks the goalkeeper in the eye, and with the calmest of finishes, he executes a beautiful, delicate chip. The ball floats gracefully over the outstretched arms of the despairing keeper and nestles into the back of the net. It's 6-2 for Mexico. An absolutely sublime goal, a testament to both the vision of Lozano and the finishing prowess of Jiménez. The instant the ball crosses the line, the stadium erupts into pure, unadulterated chaos. This isn't just a cheer. It's a visceral roar of passion, pride, and joy. Fans are on their feet, screaming at the top of their lungs, waving their flags so furiously it creates a blur of color. Strangers are hugging, high-fiving, united in this moment of collective euphoria. The chants of "Jiménez, Jiménez" echo around the colossal stadium, a tribute to the striker who has sealed this victory in the most stylish way imaginable. And as if that wasn't enough, a spectacular display of fireworks suddenly bursts into the night sky above the stadium, illuminating the scene with brilliant flashes of light. It's a coronation. It's a party. This is more than just a goal. It's a statement. It's Mexico telling the world they are a force to be reckoned with. The final 10 minutes of the match are less of a contest and more of a victory lap. Mexico is simply toying with their opponents now. They maintain possession with an effortless grace, stringing together intricate passing sequences, showing off their flair with flicks and tricks. The "Olé" chants from the crowd accompany every successful pass, turning the stadium into a bullring where El Tri are the masterful matadors. The Paraguayan players, exhausted and demoralized, can do little but chase shadows. The game is won, and Mexico is savoring every single second. It's a masterclass in game management, a demonstration of how to close out a match with style and authority. Just before the final whistle, there's another special moment. The board goes up, and it's number 22, Herving Lozano, who is being substituted. As he jogs towards the sideline, the entire stadium rises to its feet. A thunderous standing ovation rolls down from the stands, a wave of appreciation for a truly world-class performance. 2 goals and 2 assists. The man was simply unplayable tonight. He acknowledges the crowd, patting the crest on his chest, a look of immense satisfaction on his face. It's a moment that gives you goosebumps, a player and fans connected in perfect harmony. When the referee finally blows the final whistle, the celebrations begin anew. But amidst the Mexican jubilation, there's a moment of pure sportsmanship. The Paraguayan players, though clearly defeated, walk tall. They fought with heart and spirit from the first minute to the last, and they earned the respect of everyone in the stadium. Handshakes and embraces are exchanged between the two teams, but there's no doubt about who this night belongs to. It belongs to Mexico. It belongs to the fans who created this incredible atmosphere. It belongs to players like Lozano and Jimenez who delivered moments of magic. What a game. What a performance. What a night. Thank you so much for joining me to relive these incredible final moments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, take care. What a night. What a match. Welcome, football fans, to the absolute spectacle that was Colombia versus Nigeria in the International Highlights League. The stadium was absolutely buzzing, a sea of color and sound, as 2 titans of the beautiful game clashed in a battle for glory. This wasn't just another match. It was a festival of football, a night where passion and power collided, and we were there for every single second of it. The roar of the crowd, the flags waving, the sheer electricity in the air, it was a sight to behold. From the opening whistle you could feel the intensity. Colombia, playing on home turf, came out with a fire in their bellies. The energy from the stands poured onto the pitch and their players responded. They were sharp, they were fast, and they were hungry. And then it happened. Just 7 minutes in, the man of the moment, the phenomenal Luis Diaz, decided to introduce himself. We've all seen his magic for Liverpool, and tonight he brought it home. He picked up the ball on the left, danced past 2 defenders as if they weren't even there, and unleashed an absolute rocket. The ball flew into the top corner, leaving the goalkeeper with no chance. 1-0 to Colombia. The stadium erupted. What a start. But if you thought Nigeria would just roll over, you don't know the Super Eagles. Led by the incredible Victor Osimhen, they are a team with immense pride and talent. Stung by the early goal, they immediately looked to strike back. Their response was swift, pushing forward with pace and determination. You could see the chess match unfolding on the pitch. Colombia's fluid attack against Nigeria's powerful counter-press. The game was on a knife's edge, and just when Colombia seemed to be in full control, Nigeria reminded everyone of their threat. In the 22nd minute, a brilliant through ball found Osimhen, who used his strength to hold off a defender and slot the ball coolly past the keeper. 1-1. The Nigerian fans went wild. It was game on. The first half was a whirlwind, but the second half? It was pure pandemonium. Both teams came out of the locker room determined to seize control. Colombia, spurred on by their home crowd, started piling on the pressure, and in the 55th minute, their persistence paid off. A beautiful cross from the right wing found the head of the legendary Radamel Falcao. El Tigre rose majestically, directing a powerful header into the back of the net. 2-1 Colombia. The noise was deafening. Falcao, the hero of a nation, had done it again. It was a moment of pure football poetry, a masterclass in finishing from one of the game's greatest strikers. Nigeria, however, refused to be broken. They showed incredible heart, fighting for every ball. But Colombia's attacking flair was just too much to handle on this magical night. In the 70th minute, a quick 1-2 on the edge of the box released James Rodriguez, who, with a touch of class, curled the ball into the far corner. 3-1. The Colombian players celebrated together, a testament to their teamwork and spirit. Just 10 minutes later, a defensive mix-up from Nigeria allowed Luis Diaz to pounce, rounding the keeper and tapping in his second of the night. 4-1. It was a statement performance. Nigeria managed to pull one back with a late penalty, making it 4-2, but the night belonged to Colombia. What a match! Goals, drama, and world-class skill from both sides. Colombia takes the victory, but Nigeria can hold their heads high after a valiant effort. This is what football is all about. Moments of brilliance, unbelievable passion, and shared joy. Thanks for tuning in to this incredible highlight reel. If you loved the action as much as we did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a moment. Until next time, keep loving the beautiful game. Welcome back, everyone. If you thought the first half was a spectacle, you are not prepared for what happened next. The second half kicks off, and Paraguay, bless their hearts, came out looking to claw their way back into this match. You could see the determination in their eyes. But Mexico had other plans. They didn't just maintain their intensity, they cranked it up to 11. And then, just 7 minutes into the half, in the 52nd minute, the man of the moment, Hirving Lozano, does it again. A sublime through ball from Orbelín Pineda splits the Paraguayan defense wide open. Lozano latches onto it, his pace is just electric. He rounds the keeper with a silky smooth touch and coolly slots the ball into the back of the net. 4-1 to Mexico. The Azteca erupts. Lozano runs to the corner flag, arms outstretched, soaking in the roar of the crowd. It's a sea of green, white, and red, and the noise is just deafening. Paraguay looked shell-shocked. Their backline was in absolute disarray, completely unable to cope with the relentless speed, the intelligent movement, and the sheer creativity of this Mexican side. Every time Mexico went forward, you felt a goal was coming. And just when Paraguay thought they might get a moment to breathe, to regroup, it got worse. Much worse. Fast forward to the 61st minute. Mexico wins a corner. Luis Chavez steps up to take it, and he whips in a picture-perfect delivery. Rising highest in the box, like a salmon leaping upstream, is Edson Alvarez. He meets the ball with pure power and precision, heading it straight into the goal. 5-1. Mexico. Absolute pandemonium. The entire Mexican bench clears, a tidal wave of joy flooding the pitch. The players are celebrating with a passion you can feel through the screen. And listen. Just listen to that. The entire stadium, over 80,000 strong, singing Cielito Lindo in perfect unison. This isn't just a football match anymore. This is a festival, a pure celebration of the beautiful game. The energy is simply unbelievable. But credit where credit is due, Paraguay refused to roll over and die. In the 70th minute, their star man, Miguel Almirón, decided to produce a moment of individual brilliance. He picks up the ball on the edge of the box, cuts inside, and unleashes a sensational curling strike that flies into the top corner. A stunning goal to make it 5-2. You have to applaud that. The traveling Paraguayan fans, though few, cheered with immense pride. Their team was down, but they were certainly not out of the fight. However, the story of this half belonged to Mexico. The fans, smelling blood in the water, were roaring for more. They wanted another goal to cap off this incredible performance. And their heroes, they were more than happy to oblige. And they delivered. In the 85th minute, substitute Santiago Jimenez, fresh on the pitch, gets in on the action. A beautiful team move, a series of one-touch passes, and Jimenez finds himself with space in the box. He takes a touch and fires a low, hard shot past the despairing dive of the goalkeeper. 6-2. The stadium goes absolutely wild one more time. It's a rout, a demolition, a statement of intent from El Tri. As the final whistle blew, the scoreboard read Mexico 6, Paraguay 2. It was a breathtaking display of attacking football, a performance for the ages. The players went to salute the fans who stayed long after the whistle singing and celebrating. This wasn't just a win. It was a memory etched into the heart of every single person in the stadium. What a night. What a team. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible ride. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another moment of football magic. Let me know your favorite goal in the comments below. Until next time, take care. What an absolute roller coaster this first half has been. After Colombia's lightning-fast start that seemed to stun everyone, the Super Eagles of Nigeria began to find their wings. You could just feel the shift in momentum. The midfield, anchored by the brilliant Wilfred Ndidi and the ever-creative Alex Iwobi, started to take charge. They were weaving patterns, breaking up Colombia's play, and slowly but surely, they started dictating the tempo of the game. And then, in the 20th minute, that persistence paid off beautifully. It was a moment of pure magic. A rapid, incisive 1-2 between Iwobi and Samuel Chukwueze just tore a hole in the Colombian defense. Chukwueze found himself with a sliver of space, and my word, did he use it. He wrapped his foot around the ball and curled a sensational shot past a diving David Ospina. 1-1. The stadium just erupted. You could see a sea of green and white flags waving frantically. The horns were blaring, and the powerful chant of Super Eagles, Super Eagles echoed all around. The game was back on, completely level, and it transformed into a ferocious end-to-end battle. But just when you thought Nigeria had the upper hand, just as they were settling into their dominant rhythm, Colombia reminded us of their devastating quality. They struck back like a viper. In the 32nd minute, we witnessed a moment that will be replayed for years to come. James Rodriguez, turning back the clock, produced a pass that can only be described as genius. He threaded the needle with a perfectly weighted through ball that sliced right through the heart of the Nigerian defense, finding the run of Rafael Santos Borré. Borré, with ice in his veins, made no mistake, coolly slotting it past the keeper. 2-1 Colombia. The noise in the stadium was deafening once again, a wave of yellow, blue, and red celebrating wildly. That Colombian attacking trio of Luis Diaz, James, and Borré was simply electric. They were playing with this incredible chemistry, this swagger, and a confidence that was almost tangible. Their movement, their speed, their sheer creativity was proving to be a massive headache for the Nigerian backline. The Super Eagles were digging deep, trying to hold their defensive shape, but the relentless pressure from the Colombians was just immense. It felt like they were coming at them from all angles. As we ticked towards halftime, the intensity just ramped up even more. Neither team was willing to just see out the half. Nigeria came agonizingly close to leveling things up again. A powerful, towering header from Victor Osimhen looked destined for the back of the net, but it crashed against the crossbar and bounced away. You could hear a collective groan from the Nigerian supporters. It was a moment of pure bad luck and a massive let-off for Colombia. The referee's whistle finally blew, bringing a breathless first half to a close with the score at 2-1 to the hosts, Colombia. Honestly, I don't think anyone in this stadium has had a chance to catch their breath. It's been chaotic, it's been brilliant, and it has set the stage for what is going to be an absolutely insane second half. You do not want to go anywhere. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. If you're enjoying this commentary, make sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single moment of the action. We'll be right back for the second half. Welcome back, football fans, to what is turning out to be an absolute classic here in Barranquilla. The second half is underway, and if you thought the first half was explosive, you haven't seen anything yet. Both teams are back on the pitch, and the energy is simply electric. Nigeria, trailing by a goal, has come out of the locker room with a fiery determination. They are pressing high, pushing forward, and you can see they are desperate to find that equalizer. The Super Eagles are putting immense pressure on the Colombian defense, forcing them to work for every single clearance. But Colombia's backline, marshaled by the ever-reliable David Ospina, is standing firm. They're bending, but they refuse to break, absorbing wave after wave of Nigerian attacks. The tension is palpable. Then, just as Nigeria was building momentum, Colombia reminded everyone of their devastating quality. It's the 53rd minute, and who else but the magical Luis Diaz? He picks up the ball on that left flank, and it's like watching a dancer. He shimmies, he glides, he weaves past defenders as if they're not even there. He cuts inside, gets his head up, and whips in a wicked low cross into the danger zone. And who's there to meet it? The golden boy, James Rodriguez. It's perfection. One touch to control, one touch to finish. Goal! 3-1 to Colombia. Vintage James. The composure, the vision, the clinical strike. It's everything we love about him. The Metropolitano Stadium is on its feet, a sea of yellow, blue, and red, celebrating a moment of pure footballing genius. Colombia now has a 2-goal cushion, a bit of breathing room. But hold on, never, ever count out the Super Eagles. Nigeria's pride is on the line, and they are not going down without a fight. Fast forward to the 65th minute. A brilliant long ball is launched forward from deep in the midfield by Wilfred Ndidi. It's inch-perfect, right into the path of Victor Osimhen. The Nigerian striker uses his incredible strength, shrugging off the defender, muscles his way through, and finds himself one-on-one with Ospina. He makes no mistake, coolly slotting the ball into the back of the net. It's 3-2. Game on. The Nigerian fans are going wild. The Super Eagles are right back in this contest, and the atmosphere has just gone up another 10 notches. The final 25 minutes are set to be an absolute thriller. It's a proper back-and-forth battle now, end-to-end stuff. Sensing the shift in momentum, Colombia's coach makes a crucial tactical change. They begin to tighten up the midfield, focusing on possession, trying to take the sting out of Nigeria's comeback. The passing becomes crisp and controlled. They are slowing the tempo, patiently probing, waiting for that one decisive opportunity to kill the game. They're making Nigeria chase shadows, conserving energy and looking for the perfect moment to strike. And in the 78th minute, that moment arrives. A fresh pair of legs makes all the difference. Substitute Luis Sinisterra, who has just been brought on, collects the ball on the right wing. He's full of energy, sprinting at his marker, a quick step over, a burst of pace, and he's free. He delivers a perfect floated cross towards the far post. And who is there, ghosting in unmarked? It's him again, Luis Diaz. He watches the ball all the way onto his foot and connects with a spectacular volley. Bang! It flies into the net. 4-2 to Colombia, his second goal of the night. What a performance from this man. Barranquilla erupts into a deafening roar. The entire stadium is trembling with pure ecstasy. Fans are singing, they're jumping, they're waving their flags with unbridled joy. That, surely, is the goal that seals the victory for Colombia. An incredible display of attacking football and a testament to their resilience. The final whistle is approaching, but the celebration has already begun. What a game. What a team. What a night. Thank you all for joining us for this incredible match. It's been an absolute privilege to witness. If you enjoyed the action, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a moment. Until next time, take care and keep loving the beautiful game. All right, let's break down the electrifying final moments of this absolute thriller between Colombia and Nigeria. We're heading into the last 10 minutes, and the tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. The score is 3-2 to Colombia, but Nigeria is throwing everything, and I mean everything, at them, desperately hunting for that late equalizer to salvage their hopes. It's an all-out assault, a relentless wave of green and white crashing against a solid yellow wall. The Nigerian fans are on their feet, roaring their team on, believing that a miracle is still possible. Every long ball, every tackle, every second ticking off the clock feels monumental. This is what football is all about. Pure, unadulterated passion and drama right down to the wire. You can feel the heartbeat of the stadium in every play. But Colombia is not backing down. Their defense is a fortress, and at its heart is the Titan, Davinson Sanchez. He's a man on a mission, reading the game like a book, popping up exactly where he needs to be. Time and time again, Nigeria launches the ball forward towards the ever-dangerous Victor Osimhen. But Sanchez is there, rising high, heading it clear. He's making crucial interceptions, sliding into perfectly timed tackles, and organizing his backline with the authority of a general. It's a defensive masterclass under immense pressure. And leading from the front, even in defense, is the captain, the legend, Juan Cuadrado. He's everywhere. He's tracking back, pressing the Nigerian attackers and shouting encouragement to his teammates, his energy infectious. He's leaving every last drop of sweat on that pitch, a true leader's performance. Nigeria keeps pushing. The talented Samuel Chukwueze, with his quick feet and dazzling runs, tries to weave his magic down the wing, cutting inside, looking for that killer pass or a shot on goal. But it's just not happening. Every time he finds a pocket of space, a yellow shirt closes him down. Every through ball is anticipated. Colombia's teamwork is simply unbreakable tonight. They are defending as one single unit, moving in perfect harmony, fueled by the roar of their supporters and the dream of victory. It's a display of sheer collective will and determination. You can see the frustration building on the Nigerian players' faces as every attack is repelled. They've given it their all, but the Colombian wall stands firm, unbreached and unyielding. And then, in the 88th minute, a moment that will give you goosebumps. The board goes up, and number 7 is coming off. Luis Lucho Diaz, the man of the hour, the architect of this incredible performance, is substituted, and the entire stadium rises to its feet. The noise is deafening. A wave of applause and adoration washes over him as he jogs to the sideline. Then the chant begins, a powerful, rhythmic roar. Lucho, Lucho, Lucho. It's a tribute to a player who gave everything. 2 goals, 1 assist, and a performance filled with breathtaking skill and relentless energy. He single-handedly tormented the Nigerian defense all night. This is his night, his moment, and this ovation is the perfect recognition of his genius. What a player! What a performance! As the clock ticks into stoppage time, the result feels inevitable. The camera pans across the stands, and you see the pure joy of the Colombian fans. You see children dancing in the aisles, their faces painted yellow, blue, and red. You see entire families waving the national flag with immense pride. You hear the sound of thousands of voices singing in unison, a beautiful, emotional chorus celebrating their heroes on the pitch. This victory means so much more than just 3 points. It's a moment of national pride, of shared happiness. And, just like that, the referee raises the whistle to his lips. The final shrill blast echoes around the stadium. It's all over. The players collapse, some in exhaustion, others in pure elation. The scoreboard tells the final story. Colombia 4, Nigeria 2. A spectacular victory, earned with flair, grit, and a whole lot of heart. Thank you so much for watching this incredible recap with us. What a game! If you loved the passion and the drama as much as we did, make sure to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing football content. Let us know your thoughts on the match in the comments below. Until next time, take care. The final whistle blows and the stadium erupts. What a game we've just witnessed, a true spectacle of football that had everything. Pride, passion, and pure, unadulterated power from both sides. As the dust settles on this electrifying 4-2 victory for Colombia, you can see the mutual respect between the two teams. Players from Nigeria and Colombia, who just moments ago were locked in a fierce battle, now embrace. This wasn't just a contest, it was a masterclass in sportsmanship, a beautiful reminder of what this game is all about. The Colombian players, exhausted but ecstatic, make their way towards their incredible fans. You can see the sheer joy on their faces as they wave the vibrant yellow, blue, and red flags, their hearts swelling with national pride. They're not just celebrating a win, they're sharing a moment of collective triumph with every single person who cheered them on. The sound is deafening, a chorus of celebration that reverberates through the entire stadium. This connection, this shared passion, is what fuels their fire on the pitch. It's a bond that turns a team into a family and a match into a memory. Now, let's talk about the man of the hour, the architect of this incredible victory. There's no debate, no question about it. The man of the match is the one and only Luis Diaz. What a performance! 2 breathtaking goals, a crucial assist, and a display of pure, dazzling brilliance from the first minute to the last. Every time he touched the ball, you felt a jolt of electricity. His explosive pace, his mesmerizing flair, his clinical finishing. It was simply too much for the Nigerian defense to handle. He didn't just play football tonight. He danced with the ball, tearing through the opposition with a rhythm and style that was pure Colombian magic. In his post-match interview, with a triumphant smile lighting up his face, Diaz captured the spirit of the entire nation. "We wanted to show the world that Colombia is back," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "We are back with passion, with teamwork, and with the joy that defines our football. This victory, this moment, it's for our people." Those words resonate deeply, reminding us that this is more than just a game. It's a statement. A declaration of intent from a team hungry to reclaim its place at the top. This win is a gift to every Colombian who believed in them. The praise didn't stop there. Colombia's coach, the tactical mastermind Nestor Lorenzo, was beaming with pride. "Nigeria is a great team, a formidable opponent," he acknowledged, "but tonight our players showed immense heart. Every single pass, every tackle, every goal, it was all for the fans who give us this incredible energy." Even the Nigerian coach, gracious in defeat, had nothing but admiration for their opponents. "Colombia played fantastic football," he admitted. "They were simply brilliant. We'll take our lessons from this match, and I promise you, we will come back stronger." This level of respect between competitors is what makes football the beautiful game. As the stadium lights shine down on the celebrating sea of yellow, one thing is crystal clear. Colombia has delivered a performance for the ages. This wasn't just a win, it was a statement of pride, a display of rhythm, and a testament to their unwavering resilience. This 4-2 victory isn't just 3 points, it's a message sent to the entire footballing world. Colombia is here, and they are ready to challenge anyone, anywhere, anytime. Passion, precision, and power. That, my friends, is the Colombian way. What a night, what a team. Thank you so much for joining us for this incredible journey. If you loved the passion and energy as much as we did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a moment of the action. Until next time, keep the passion for the beautiful game alive. Welcome, football fans, to a night that will be etched in football history. The scene was set at a packed Allianz Arena in Munich. The atmosphere, absolutely electric. German flags waved in a sea of black, red, and gold, while the passionate Ivorian supporters brought the rhythm with their drums and chants. From the very first whistle, you could feel that this wasn't just a game. It was a clash of titans, a battle of styles, and a true spectacle of the beautiful game. Germany wasted no time making their intentions clear. Just 6 minutes into the match, the boy wonder, Jamal Musiala, decided to put on a show. Weaving through the Ivorian defense with that signature silky smooth dribbling, he found the space and fired a rocket into the bottom corner. 1-0, Germany. The stadium erupted. It was a moment of pure genius from the young superstar, and it seemed like Germany was just getting started. But hold on, because Ivory Coast is a team that never backs down. Just when Germany thought they had control, the Elephants charged back. In the 22nd minute, Sebastian Haller, a true force of nature, rose high above the German defense to meet a perfect cross. He headed it home with power and precision. 1-1. The Ivorian corner of the stadium went wild. The game was on, and it was clear this was going to be a roller coaster ride. The first half wasn't done with us yet. The action was relentless, moving from one end of the pitch to the other. Then, just before the halftime whistle, Germany's veteran leader, Thomas Müller, showed his class. He found a pocket of space, received a clever pass, and with a calm, composed finish, slotted the ball past the keeper. 2-1, Germany. It was a classic Müller goal, a testament to his incredible football intelligence. The teams went into the break with Germany holding a narrow lead, but everyone knew this match was far from over. The second half kicked off, and the intensity went up another notch. Ivory Coast came out with renewed fire, and in the 55th minute their star winger, Nicolas Pepe, delivered a moment of magic. Cutting in from the right, he curled an unstoppable shot into the top corner. What a goal! 2-2. The game was balanced on a knife's edge, but Germany responded like true champions. Just 10 minutes later, Kai Havertz, with his elegant style, restored Germany's lead with a clever chip over the keeper. 3-2. The goals just kept coming. In the 75th minute, a defensive scramble in the German box led to an Ivory Coast penalty. Haller stepped up, cool as you like, and sent the keeper the wrong way. 3-3. Unbelievable. With 15 minutes to go, it was anyone's game. But as the clock ticked down, Germany's depth and relentless pressure began to show. In the 84th minute, Leroy Sané used his explosive pace to break free and smash the ball into the net. 4-3. The crowd was breathless. Then, in the final moments of stoppage time, Florian Wirtz sealed the deal with a fifth goal, capping off an unforgettable night of football. What a match! 8 goals, end-to-end action, and incredible skill from both sides. It was a true celebration of football that had everything. Germany took the win, but Ivory Coast won hearts with their fighting spirit. This is why we love this game. Thanks for joining us to relive this incredible match. If you enjoyed this highlight reel, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another epic football moment. Until next time, take care. What a start to this epic clash! Germany strikes first, but that early goal seemed to do one thing and one thing only. It woke up the sleeping elephants of Ivory Coast. You could feel the shift in energy, the roar from the Ivorian supporters as their team decided to fight back with everything they had. Led by the dynamic duo of Sebastian Haller and Wilfried Zaha, Ivory Coast began to press high, their attacks coming in fast and furious waves. They weren't just playing football, they were making a statement, refusing to be intimidated on this grand stage. And then, just as the German cheers were settling, the 14th minute arrived. Frank Kessié, with incredible vision, launches a perfect long ball over the top. Who's there to meet it? None other than Wilfried Zaha. He collects the ball, turns on the magic, weaves past the formidable Antonio Rudiger like he isn't even there, and then, bang! A fierce, low drive drilled past the outstretched arms of Manuel Neuer. It's 1-1. The stadium erupts. The Ivorian fans are a sea of orange, green, and white, flags waving, drums beating a rhythm of pure joy. Zaha sprints to the corner, letting out a primal roar of passion. This wasn't just an equalizer. It was a declaration of war. The game was well and truly alive. But if you thought Germany would just sit back and watch, you don't know the German machine. They absorbed the pressure and then, in the 25th minute, responded with a moment of absolute genius. Jamal Musiala, the young magician, dances through the heart of the midfield, drawing defenders towards him before slipping a perfectly weighted pass into the path of Kai Havertz. Havertz, with ice in his veins, takes a touch and curls an exquisite shot into the top corner. Unstoppable. It's 2-1 to Germany. The German fans are on their feet, screaming in delight. What a goal! The sheer quality on display is breathtaking. This match is turning into an all-time classic, a non-stop roller coaster of emotion and skill. Just when you think you've seen it all, Ivory Coast says, not so fast. They simply refused to let Germany pull away. The Elephants charged forward again, their spirit unbreakable. In the 33rd minute, they stunned the world once more. The veteran, Serge Aurier, whips in a pinpoint cross from the right flank, and who rises highest in the box, a towering presence of strength and precision. It's Sebastian Haller. He meets the ball with a powerful header, directing it perfectly into the net. 2-2. It's absolute chaos, it's pure beauty, it's an adrenaline rush all rolled into one. 4 incredible goals in just 33 minutes, and you get the feeling both teams are just getting started. As the referee's whistle blows for halftime, the scoreboard reads 2-2, but that doesn't even begin to tell the story. The intensity is through the roof, the passion is overflowing, and every single player is leaving it all out on the pitch. You can see it in their eyes, you can feel it in the electric atmosphere. Fans from both sides are on the edge of their seats, just knowing, that the second half is going to be something truly special, something unforgettable. This is more than a game. It's a battle of wills, a spectacle of football at its finest. Thanks for watching this incredible highlight reel with us. What a first half. Who do you think will come out on top in the second half? Drop your predictions in the comments below. And if you're enjoying this action-packed content, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a moment. We'll be back with more amazing football action very soon. See you then. The second half kicks off, and you can just feel a shift in the air. Germany comes out of the locker room looking like a completely different team. Their passes are crisper, their runs are more decisive, and there's a look of pure determination in their eyes. They are here to take this game and put it to bed, and it doesn't take long for that determination to pay off. In the 50th minute, it's the young maestro, Florian Wirtz, who ignites the play. He reads an Ivorian pass like a book, intercepts it brilliantly, and just bursts through the midfield. He spots Havertz making a clever run, threads a perfect pass, and Havertz, with the coolest head in the stadium, takes one touch and slots it past the keeper. 3-2 to Germany. The Allianz Arena absolutely explodes. Fans are on their feet, scarves are twirling in the air, the noise is deafening. Germany has clawed their way back into the lead, and you can tell they have no intention of letting it slip again. But hold on. The Elephants of Ivory Coast are not about to roll over. They've shown incredible fight all game, and they're not done yet. Just 8 minutes after going behind, in the 58th minute, they deliver a moment of pure magic that silences the entire stadium. Frank Kessié gets the ball just outside the penalty area, looks up, and unleashes an absolute rocket. It flies into the top corner, leaving the German keeper with no chance. 3-3. What a strike. The Ivorian players sprint to their bench, a picture of pure joy and defiance. They've gone toe-to-toe with Germany and answered every single punch. The crowd is in disbelief. What a game we are witnessing. This is where the tactical genius comes into play. The German bench decides it's time for a change. They bring on the electric pace of Leroy Sané and the powerful presence of Niklas Füllkrug. These fresh legs immediately inject a new level of energy and urgency into the German attack. You can see the Ivory Coast defense starting to look a bit tired, a bit stretched, and the impact is almost immediate. In the 70th minute, Sané gets the ball on the wing and just turns on the afterburners. He scorches past his defender, leaving him for dust, and drives towards the goal line. He looks up, sees Jamal Musiala making a run, and squares it perfectly across the face of the goal. Musiala is right there, and it's a simple tap-in. 4-3, Germany. The stadium erupts once more. The home fans are going absolutely wild. That connection between Sané and Musiala was just sublime, a flash of pure footballing brilliance. Ivory Coast is struggling to cope with this new wave of German attacks. The momentum has swung firmly back in Germany's favor. But believe me, the best was still yet to come. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying this incredible match breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more amazing football content. You won't want to miss what happens next. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the electrifying conclusion of what might be one of the most incredible football matches we've seen this year, Germany versus Ivory Coast. The final score was 5-3, but that number doesn't even begin to tell the full story of the drama, the passion, and the sheer brilliance we witnessed on that pitch. We're going to break down the final, chaotic, and ultimately decisive minutes of this modern classic. Trust me, you won't want to miss this analysis. So, grab your popcorn, get comfortable, and let's relive the magic together. As the clock ticked past the 80-minute mark, the tension was absolutely palpable. The score was a nail-biting 4-3 to Germany, but Ivory Coast was playing with the heart of a lion. They were throwing everything they had forward, a relentless wave of orange shirts crashing against the German defense, desperately searching for that one chance, that one moment of magic to level the score once again. Players like Haller and Pipe were pushing, probing, and creating chaos. You could feel the collective breath of the stadium held in anticipation. It was a classic risk versus reward scenario. Do you go all out for the equalizer and risk leaving yourself vulnerable at the back? For Ivory Coast, there was no other choice. They had to go for it. And that decision would set the stage for the final, unforgettable chapter of this epic encounter. And just like that, the gamble didn't pay off. In the 84th minute, Germany demonstrated why they are masters of the counterattack. It was pure poetry in motion, a move executed with ruthless precision and breathtaking speed. It all started deep in their own half. An Ivorian attack broke down, and the ball fell to the ever-composed Kai Havertz. He didn't panic. With a single deft touch, he flicked the ball into the path of the young maestro, Florian Wirtz. Wirtz, with his head up, immediately saw the run. He threaded a perfectly weighted, defense-splitting pass that cut through the Ivorian backline like a hot knife through butter. And who was on the end of it? None other than the lightning-fast Leroy Sané. The moment Wirtz released the pass, the entire stadium knew what was coming. Sané collected the ball on the left flank, his acceleration leaving the defenders for dead. He sprinted towards the box, the crowd roaring with every stride. He then performed his signature move, cutting inside onto his favored left foot. The angle was tight, but for a player of his caliber, it was more than enough. He wrapped his foot around the ball, curling a sensational, unstoppable shot that bent beautifully around the outstretched arms of the goalkeeper and nestled into the far top corner. It was a goal of sublime quality, a moment of individual brilliance that sealed the fate of the match. The net bulged, and the stadium absolutely erupted. 5-3 to Germany. That goal was the exclamation point on an unforgettable night. The celebration was just as iconic as the goal itself. Sané, overcome with emotion, sprinted towards the corner flag, a look of pure ecstasy on his face. He slid on his knees, screaming with a mix of joy and relief, soaking in the adoration from the German supporters. His teammates, knowing the significance of the moment, swarmed him in a massive pile-on. It was the goal of the night, and quite possibly a contender for goal of the tournament. On the other side, the Ivorian players looked utterly heartbroken. You could see the disappointment etched on their faces as they fell to their knees. They had given everything, fought back from behind, and played their hearts out, only to be undone by that final moment of genius. Despite the crushing blow of the fifth goal, credit must be given to Ivory Coast. They never gave up. They embodied the spirit of true competitors until the very last second. Even with the game seemingly out of reach, Haller and Zaha continued to fight, trying to create late chances and salvage some pride. But standing in their way was a colossus, the legendary Manuel Neuer. In the dying minutes, the German captain proved why he's considered one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time. He pulled off two incredible, world-class saves, first diving low to his left to palm away a fierce shot and then standing tall to block a close-range effort. He was a wall, a reassuring presence that extinguished any last embers of hope for an Ivorian comeback. When the referee finally blew the full-time whistle, the scoreboard read, Germany 5, Ivory Coast 3. A truly epic battle had come to an end. It was a night of incredible intensity, tactical drama, and 8 beautiful goals, a match that fans will undoubtedly be talking about for many years to come. What a game! And that's a wrap on our breakdown of this phenomenal match. What a spectacle of football! What was your favorite moment from the game? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I love reading all your opinions and analysis. If you enjoyed this video and want more deep dives into the beautiful game, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss any of our future content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. What an absolutely electrifying night of football. Germany and Ivory Coast just gave us a match that will be talked about for years to come. 8 goals, non-stop action, and a beautiful display of sportsmanship. As the final whistle blew, the scoreboard read Germany 5, Ivory Coast 3, but honestly, football was the real winner tonight. Look at the scenes as the players shake hands and the crowd roars in appreciation. This wasn't just about the final score, it was about heart, respect, and a shared love for the beautiful game. Germany's stars, their faces beaming with joy, are waving to their ecstatic fans. The connection between the players and the supporters is palpable. You can feel the energy, the passion, the sheer delight of a hard-fought victory. And what a performance it was from the German side. The trio of Musiala, Havertz, and Sané was simply sensational. It was like watching a perfectly choreographed dance of skill, speed, and telepathic chemistry. They sliced through the defense, created chance after chance, and were at the heart of everything good for their team. It is this kind of attacking flair that makes Germany one of the most exciting teams to watch in world football. But let's talk about the undisputed star of the show, the man of the match, Jamal Musiala. What a player! 2 incredible goals, a crucial assist, and a display of non-stop creativity that left defenders chasing shadows. Every time he got the ball, you felt something special was about to happen. He glides past players with ease, his close control is mesmerizing, and his vision is simply world-class. Tonight, the young superstar proved once again why he's considered one of the brightest talents in the game. We caught up with Musiala in his post-match interview, and even after 90 minutes of relentless effort, he was still buzzing. With a massive grin on his face, he said, "This is what football is all about. The energy, the goals, and the passion. It was an incredible atmosphere. Ivory Coast pushed us really hard, they never gave up, but we believed in our football, we stuck to our game plan, and it paid off." You can hear the humility and the team-first mentality in his voice, which makes his talent even more impressive. Germany's coach, Julian Nagelsmann, was full of praise for both teams. He called it a beautiful match for the fans, and he couldn't be more right. He noted, Ivory Coast played with immense heart and courage. They made it a real fight, but I'm proud of how our team showed maturity and control, especially when the pressure was on. We managed the key moments well. Nagelsmann's tactical acumen was on full display, making the right adjustments to secure the win. And you have to give massive credit to Ivory Coast. Even in defeat, their coach was smiling. His words were so inspiring. He said, "We may have lost the match, but we showed the strength and spirit of African football tonight. To come here and score 3 goals against a team like Germany means a lot to us. It shows we can compete with the very best. We'll learn from this, and I promise you, we'll come back stronger." That's the kind of attitude that wins hearts all over the world. They fought with pride and left everything on the pitch. As the stadium lights shone down and the fans continued their celebrations long into the night, it was clear this was more than just a game. It was a football symphony, a masterpiece of speed, skill, passion, and 8 unforgettable goals. Germany's 5-3 victory was a powerful statement, a reminder to the world of their status as a football powerhouse. But Ivory Coast's performance was just as powerful, proving they are a force to be reckoned with, capable of challenging anyone, anywhere. What a spectacle! It's nights like these that remind us why we love this sport so much. Thank you for joining me to relive this incredible match. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another update. Let me know your thoughts on the match in the comments below. Until next time, take care.